But then a couple people on stream seemed very insistent that we should look at sovereign citizens.
Of course.
And I'm sure I don't have to explain to Dama what a sovereign citizen is.
I know what a sov cit is. They make the best body cams.
Yeah, chat. We are not endorsing the police brutality here, but
however,
some people deserve it. Some people deserve to get police brutality, and sovereign citizens are one of those.
Yeah.
Also, in really quick chat, let me find the picture for you.
Sovereign kitten.
Because a wonderful person on my Discord made a sovereign citizen meme for me to post to my Twitter.
Hi, chat. Hi.
Did you see it, Thomas?
I don't think I have. Maybe. I'll need to see it again.
But chat, thank you on my Discord to the wonderful person who made this little thing.
This little guy.
It's a wonderful
Am I
little
being
guy.
Oh, I did see that.
So thank you to the person on Discord who made that. It was wonderful. Let me pop open the memes chat so I can Shaikiba, which I think I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you. It is very lovely. Anyways, chat. Me and Dama are also ordering food.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're hungry bitches.
I'm not hungry right now. I'm gonna order it later.
Dama's gonna schedule food.
I'm scheduling food. So it's just in time for dinner.
Do you have any anything you want to mention before we get started, Damers?
Nothing that comes to mind. No.
Certainly
Hello,
you have
Satora.
something.
I don't really have anything. Except, I guess my older dog is doing better. She's doing a lot better. Thankfully. Still gotta watch her though, so there's that. Also, hi Satoru, hi chat, hi. I was one of those people who needs to schedule everything in advance. I mean, who doesn't schedule stuff in advance, though? I thought that was normal.
Well, I mean, food, not really. I just kind of, when I'm hungry, I go for it. I'm sitting here till it's time to nap. Time zones are apparently a thing. To be fair, this is the earliest I stream in the week. Every other time it's 6 hours from now.
I don't
That's
even
how I like to
schedule
roll.
my birthday. Ah, don't worry, Lion. I'll celebrate your birthday for you.
Imagine scheduling a birthday. Couldn't be me.
Sometimes you just have to schedule your birthday. Sometimes you have to.
Nah, I can do whatever I want on my birthday.
I can't do everything I want on my birthday.
Definite skill issue.
You're saying that you could rob a bank for your birthday?
Yeah.
I do.
don't see
think
anybody
so.
stopping me.
The police is gonna stop you.
Well, you know, they can try.
Just scheduling your birth. Sometimes you just gotta do that, man. So hi, dragon, hi.
Only egotists schedule their birthdays. Good thing nobody here does that. You saying you can get a big booty Latina on your birthday? I don't think I'm legally allowed, chat. I'm too white for that.
Possible. You can always do that.
No, I'm too white.
Huh.
It's a very unfortunate situation. It's a debilitating condition. I'm sure chat is well aware of the negatives of being white in society.
Couldn't be me.
Don't worry, I gave you the white pass.
Yeah, I gave Mizu my black card. I can't get it back.
Or as the Twitter people would say, Dama is white passing.
Get in touch with your inner colonizer. Oh god.
Damn right.
Damn straight.
Damn Skippy, son.
My girlfriend.
Mizu, you should ask Dama about the negatives of being a white woman. You have the white debuff and the woman debuff. It must be hard.
So difficult.
I mean, and with the way things are going, you're not even going to be able to vote soon.
Oh no.
So I don't know if you guys saw this chat, but I haven't looked into the specifics of the situation. And I'm not sure I would consider this political or not. There is currently a white woman who is trying to fight in court to say that at 25 years old that she was not intelligent enough to consent, and she's trying to pull that in court.
What a tard.
And she's saying that as a 25-year-old woman, her brain is not fully developed, because technically your brain like never fully develops. Your brain is constantly growing like throughout your life. And she's like, at 25, my brain is not fully developed, therefore I cannot consent. And she is trying so hard to push this in court, and I am just so curious of what's gonna happen.
I don't think jack shit is gonna happen.
No, I think something could happen. It'd be hilarious.
I don't think anything will happen. I think she'll just be called, okay, so you were just a stupid adult. Okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
That is a possibility. Another possibility is soon you won't be able to consent anymore, Dama.
That's
I hope
crazy.
you're excited for that.
Wow. Imagine if it works. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
It's very stupid. Like, do you really want to win that in court? Like, think about it. Because that's not just gonna apply to like this one case. That's gonna apply to like the rest of your life, and you're gonna have to deal with that. I would laugh my butt off if the judge granted it, but specifically just for her. And he's just like, yes, specifically you are too stupid to consent. So I am writing into law that you specifically can never consent to anything again. Have fun with that. Without like your parents signing off on it for you.
Wow.
That's what I would do if I was in the judge's position, and I think that'd be really freaking funny.
It would be, but I don't know. Like, what specifically is she saying that she didn't consent to?
I think it was like a business transaction.
How?
Something like that.
What? she spend all of her money on like Genshin or something? Like, what business transaction did she do?
That was an Asian woman that did that. Have I ever showed you the story of the two Japanese girls that they were so desperate for roles on their gacha that they sold their virginity online like 8 or 9 different times?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they kept trying to sell their virginity to different people like over and over again. I genuinely think it's like one of the funniest things.
That's crazy.
Now, what, wouldn't you sell your virginity like 50 times?
No. No. Not
for
even
gacha too, chat.
Not even for gacha, man.
They ever get a taker? Yeah, no, they had already sold it like 6 or 7 times until they finally got caught with a guy on like the 7th or 8th time. And it's because the guy on the 7th or 8th time was like being followed by police or something, which is how they caught him.
I don't think
People
that's how
with
it
gambling
works.
addiction sure have fallen far. That's horrible. They should be sued. To be fair, yes, that is
probably a suable thing.
that is technically false, whatever it's called. But I think it's so funny, especially because they got away with it so many times. Until somebody finally just accidentally caught them.
I'm also like trying to think, like, how would you sue for that in court? It's like, oh, these women sold me their virginity, but they actually weren't virgins.
Well, he specifically would not get away with it in court because they were underage.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh god.
If it was an adult woman, there's a possibility.
Well, shit, man. What the fuck? Never become desperate for gacha, chat. Moral of the story. Do not become this desperate for gacha games.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
would
maybe.
you sell your virginity for gacha?
No.
What if I'm the seller? You better find someone who'd buy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's funny.
$20 is $20. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
It's called commissioning a decent hentai artist. I mean, true.
True enough, yeah.
True and real.
Mizu, sell your VRC virginity. It's too late for that.
Oh god, you lost yours already?
I mean, obviously.
Oh my god.
Who's gonna keep theirs? It's cringe. Imagine being that much of a virgin, god.
What?
Well, Dama, are you that much of a virgin?
No.
Very delayed response there.
I said no! I was talking about your VR chat virginity. Like, you already lost yours.
Yeah, obviously. What kind of loser's gonna keep that?
I don't have VR chat.
Oh, sounds like we need to get it for you then.
No, no, I don't want it. You can keep it.
But it's free.
No.
So technically you already have it.
Yeah. And I'm not.
I hate that every time I think of you already have it, all I can think of is the Xbox thing where the guy screams, "You have Uno!"
Where with your Xbox?
He's like, "I don't have." You have Uno!
Start up the throwing dome when you're getting a VR headset. I don't want the VR headset. I'm never gonna get over
you have Uno.
You already
So
have
funny to me.
Uno.
It's not on mine. I have the oldest Xbox known to man. The guy just screams, "I got mine on day one, motherfucker." Oh, I love it.
Being groomed to VR chat might actually be worse than getting groomed in real life. I don't know. I think both are worse. Both are bad.
Yeah, chat. You don't want to get groomed anywhere. I mean, unless you're into that, I guess.
Unless you're strangely into that.
If you're into that, go for it. I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I'm gonna judge a little.
I will be judging. Listen, love doesn't judge, but I do. I will be judging.
You know, just a little bit though, chat. Somebody's got to keep you weirdos in line.
Someone's got to bully them.
Even if we do appreciate all of you, you still need to be bullied.
Your Tom doesn't groom yourself. What do you mean? I take care of myself. Most of the time.
If that's what you want to go with.
What do you mean?
Yeah, whatever explanation you need to tell yourself, Dama, that's fine. No, not really. It's fine. It's all good.
Saying I'm coping?
A little bit. Coping, sneezing.
Wow.
Oh, come on, Dama. You knew you were.
I was not.
Oh, you're definitely coping.
I am not coping.
You hear this
at all.
nonsense coming out of their mouth, chat?
Chat, don't you believe me? Listen, so many of my own chat doesn't believe that I shower. They think I just haven't showered for weeks. When I
Well, have you?
I showered yesterday.
I'm not sure I believe that.
What do you mean? Start a poll? A poll on whether I shower. See what democracy decides.
Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Does
You actually get a
Dama shower?
Mizu! Mizu, what the hell?
We'll let the people decide.
No!
Already have 5 no's.
What? Fuck you!
6 no's.
All 6 of you suck.
Oh, you got 1 yes.
You never said I couldn't vote. As a free American citizen, I will cast my vote.
Chat says I'm doing my part.
Even if you do, you smell like goat milk. That's so mean. Castle, I hate you. I'm so getting you.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have your goat milk whatever going on.
I have goat milk body soap. Well, it's a bar of soap that is made with goat milk. That's supposed to be good for sensitive skin.
And also makes you smell like goat milk.
Listen, it goes away after a bit, okay? It goes
Fine a bit.
like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe?
That's a long bit. I mean, you do you, Dama, whatever you need to tell yourself.
She doesn't like talking about her goat milks. Listen, it's just the soap that smells like that, okay? I spray perfume on, so I smell like mainly perfume. And like 2% goat.
Yeah, it was like a hint of goat milk.
A hint of goat.
Oh, dig goat milk. The
So,
vote is close. Oh no, never mind.
A little bit of Latinkles is always with me. Even behind the scenes, Latinkles is always with me.
Well, chat, while Dama copes to all of you for a
I'm
moment,
not coping!
I need to run and move my clothes over to the dryer.
You go do that.
And Dama will entertain you with stories about their goat milk.
Hi, chat. You don't actually think I don't shower, right? You all know I shower, right? It's like a cocktail of chemicals and goat produce. Smell of goat will never escape her. What do you mean? A neat that wears perfume, that's just sad. What do you mean? I'm allowed to have perfume. So I have bottles of perfume handed down from other family members that didn't finish the bottle. So I have many choices. Thick or no proof. How do I prove I took a shower? You smell, chat. All of you stink. I bet you haven't showered at all. It's because your panties mean you're not stinky. So 1%, 2% are home goat milk. I don't know. I've never actually had goat milk or goat cheese. We all know you don't shower enough. Okay, well, like, I shower every other day. I, like, barely sweat. Unless it's, like, really hot and it's summertime. I definitely have showered and my hair is luxurious. Proof for it didn't happen. Your hairs are so mean. You shower daily. I don't. You stink. I'm not stinky. Look at this way. At least we don't call out the high-pitched fire alarm beep. Listen, chat. I replace my batteries. Okay, I break the stereotype of I replace my smoke alarm batteries, so you will never hear a beep. Never ever. I always take a pic when I shower for proof. What? Why do you have to prove? I should have gotten you with that. I'm breaking the stereotype. Breaks one stereotype. 1 out of 10. That's so mean, chat. That's so mean.
I'm back.
All back.
So my washer and dryer, right?
Yeah.
He's outside,
Yeah.
so I have to go outside and go check it. But I'm also just not wearing pants. I don't feel like putting on pants just to walk outside to go to my washer and dryer.
Oh god.
Anyways, has nothing to do with what you think happened. Even walking outside in like no pants and just the wonderful airy pantalones I have on. It's hot as fuck. Like you can,
hot as hell.
when you can walk outside with no pants and just the heat immediately hits you and it's like, oh god, it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean I'm not wearing pants and it's still hot? That's not allowed. That's illegal.
You know it's hot when you're about to go to bed, you just pull up all of your clothes because it's still so hot.
You sleep in bed in clothes?
Yeah.
I've never slept in bed with clothes. That's weird.
That's weird.
It's just weird.
It's weird if you get naked in bed.
No, it's not. That's normal.
You only get naked for bed when you do the bedroom tango.
No, you're just always naked in bed. That way you can more easily access the bedroom tango. I'm 5 steps ahead of you. Because it's uncomfortable to try and sleep in clothes. It gets like tangled up and bunched up under you, and then you can feel like the creases under you when you're laying on it.
And
that's gay, and I don't like it. It's deeply homosexual behavior, Dama.
what?
Anyways, chat. We should probably get on to the subject of the hour. Although I need to screen share with Dama. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed this, but did you notice that Discord changed like their whole UI for screen sharing?
Again?
Yes.
Set us up here.
I'm open to suggestions, chat. However, I just chose one that I watched a little bit of, and I was like, this looks funny. The exasperated again makes it so much better. Yeah, Discord is like constantly changing their UI right now, and I kind of hate it. Like, can we just leave the UI to be normal for like just like a couple weeks or something? Like, please. I don't understand why we need to constantly change it. So what are you doing, Dama?
Yeah, I set us all up.
Oh.
Should be good.
As a random side note, chat, I'm surprised that out of me and Dama, I was the first one to get a womb tattoo.
Well, why would I have a womb tattoo?
Look at all that free real estate down there. What do you mean?
I already have, like, a tattoo, though. I have several.
Yeah, but look at all that
on my
free real
body.
estate down there.
Yeah? What about it? What
You even got your
about it?
pantalones open.
Yeah, what about it?
You got tons of free real estate.
I don't know, I never thought about it.
That is a fresh canvas waiting to be used.
It's too late now.
Oh, you can always add more to it.
I'm already about to move on to another outfit.
Cringe.
I know.
So, are you ready for some sob sits, Dama?
I am.
I gotta make sure the volume's gonna be fine. Here, let's... filters... Maybe that?
First, let's talk about what sovereign citizens actually are. It's a very loosely defined group of people that believe U.S. laws don't apply to them, based mostly on cherry-picked court rulings and statutes. This can lead to traffic stops by police, who often find these, quote, sovereign citizens driving with fake plates or without a driver's license. We begin today's After Hours.
So this is something I will say, because I think we talked about this when we talked about sovereign citizens a little bit last time. But they have like this really bizarre outlook on life where they're very confident that they're right about all this crazy bullshit they spout, but they clearly do stuff that is intended to trick people into thinking they're not doing crazy bullshit so they don't get caught. Like he mentioned, they'll have fake license plates, and it's like, okay, if you don't believe that you need a license plate, why have a fake one?
True.
And it's because you're intentionally trying to not get caught not having a license plate, so you don't even believe your own bullshit.
Very true.
And it's just always one thing that throws me off. It's like, you clearly don't believe your own shit.
In Myrtle Creek, Oregon. It's April 2022, and a police officer noticed problems with an SUV's license plate. Jania Green Carnes is in the driver's seat, and she's frustrated from the very first moment.
Hi there. Yep. Hey, I'm Officer Kennedy, Myrtle Creek Police. I gotta let you know conversation's being recorded, okay? Yes, it is. Reason for
Side note, we should have done bingo with this now that I think about it.
Ooh, can we do like a last minute bingo?
Yeah, we could do a last minute bingo. So what do you want on a bingo list?
Actually, I was just gonna see if I could like look one up if there was one on the internet. We could try and make our own though.
We could look at that real quick. If there's a subset bingo.
Or maybe just like true crime bingo could also work.
So here's one. It includes the government is a corporation, oath of office, I'm only here under duress, cop breaks the window, imposes a unilateral contract, phony identification, creates a parallel legal system. Some of these are good. Some of these I don't think I've heard before, which is one of them is America is really Morocco.
Morocco? What the fuck?
I don't think I've heard that one before. Article 4, Corpus Delicti, Terry versus Ohio. I don't think Terry versus Ohio should be on there because that's just a real thing. I don't know, I'm kind of good with this one for the most part. The only one I don't really get is America is Morocco, but I think it's fine if there's like one on there we don't really get.
Yeah.
So here, I could copy image. And then here I will position it in a way so chat can see it really quick. But chat, this is going to be our Sovset bingo card.
Hell yeah.
The only one me and Dama don't really get is down here in the corner. America is really Morocco. That one never
What is happening
before.
in Morocco to where people say that?
You know the Morocco one? I kind of hope we see that one today because I've watched a lot of sovereign citizen stuff. I've never seen Morocco brought up.
Yeah, I don't know what they're referencing at all.
Also here, let me pull up this on the other window so I can kind of watch it like as we go, I guess.
the stop today is the unopened your tags are expired. Do you have your license on now? Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it, just answer it. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm, so if you reach for it, we have issues.
It is.
Okay, don't ever reach for it, okay? Okay. Will you do me a favor? I'd like to remove that from you.
I would rather remove it myself.
Okay,
than
you're not
place
going to
it
do
on
that. You're not going to put a firearm in your hands. Okay, so just hear me out. Stop talking. Just let me explain, okay? It's for my safety. I don't mean any harm to you.
Excuse me, but it's about my safety.
Okay, I'm not going to hurt you. Nor am I putting off an intimidating.
I'm not going to hurt you.
This is what I would like to do, okay? All I would like you to do is cross your fingers like this, put your hand on your head, and I'd like to just grab it and take it out. I'm not going to seize
No,
it or
I do
anything
not
like that.
want my weapon outside of my vehicle.
Where's your ID?
I do not want my weapon outside of the vehicle.
Where is your
I
Where's
am
your
going
ID?
to put my weapon on the dash so that you can clearly
Do not
see it.
touch that gun.
Fine.
Okay.
Then it'll
I'll
see
tell you
where
what.
it's at.
Put the paperwork on the dash for me. Put the paperwork on the dash.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to. And it's a lawful order. Put the paperwork on the dash now and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move them. Okay? You're being confrontational. You have a firearm. We're not going to play that game.
So can we mark that one down as gun fetishism or violent personality?
Yep.
Because I don't know why she's like so, like gun-ho on this. Boop. I should probably change this to red.
Maybe she'll be
then-
attracted to her reflection. No idea.
Why can I not click this correctly?
That's a woman. Chat, be nice.
For some reason, this window is not letting me click things correctly.
No.
There we go. I just had to refresh it. No, it still won't let me do it. You bitch. I just wanted to make it a little transparent so people could, like, see it better. Maybe I have to do this first.
Soft sits are cop magnets. They are, honestly.
Well, because they do a bunch of stuff that makes them, like, openly suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if they were a bit more subtle about it. Okay, whatever. It's just not going to let me click on the screen correctly for some reason. I just make my dot smaller.
I'm going to get your name, date of birth, and I'm going to continue my traffic stop. Do you understand that?
I think I'll just plead the fifth.
That's fine. I recommend that. Well, if you're not going to plead the fifth, you're going to need to present me with an ID. Can you point to where your ID is?
No, sir. You told me to put my
I
hands
did,
on the
but
steering
you
wheel.
told me you were going to plead the fifth, which means you're not going to talk anymore. Okay, if you're not going to talk, you can't tell me your name and your date of birth. Does that make sense? So, will you tell me your name and date of birth?
Not
Nope.
until I present this paperwork.
Okay. 3216. Can I get another unit?
Get
I'm gonna
another
get my chief
unit.
down here for you.
Okay.
Keep your hands right where they're at.
I will keep them there as long as I can.
Okay. Perfect. They need to remain there, and your hand needs to stay away from that.
And I already told you, I will.
This is a side note, but she just has, like, such a punchable personality.
Literally. It's
Like,
like,
the way she's just talking and acting. Like, I don't like you. I want to hit you so bad.
I just want to present my paperwork. It's like, ma'am,
It's one of those things, like, why do you always
just
think
move your
sovereign citizens-
firearm.
Like, why do you always think, like, certain groups of people have such negative, interactions with police? It's like, because they act like this.
They act like this.
will keep them there as long as I can. This is not exactly a comfortable
Okay.
position.
Not yet. Female's verbally uncooperative.
Well,
I
he
am
just
not
said on your
uncooperative.
wheel.
I
Put it
am
at 10 and
simply
2.
answering you without mine.
Not at this time.
See, you guys always do that. You guys always make something up that isn't there.
What did I make up today, ma'am?
You're saying I'm being confrontational. I'm not being
Okay,
confrontational.
maybe let me
I
use a
am-
different word. Argumentative.
Well, maybe argumentative, but I'd
Maybe
say so are you,
argumentative.
because you're not getting everything you want exactly when you want it.
Yeah, because I gotta survive every contact, and
I
I'm gonna
understand
get
that.
what I want when there's a firearm involved.
You know what?
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but it's the police that have proved themselves to be unreliable.
Oh yeah? Have you ever met me before?
Yes, I
You've
have.
met me. Where did you meet me?
Matter of fact, really doesn't matter.
Okay, so you haven't met me, so therefore you have no idea whether I'm reliable or not.
All I know is you're wearing a monkey suit.
A monkey suit? I believe it's a police uniform and a badge. But that's fine. I get what you're trying to do. You're mad at the badge, not at me. I'm just trying to go
I
home
don't
every day.
trust the badge.
Okay, you don't have to trust me, but not that I don't trust you, I can't trust you because I don't know you. Okay, I stop hundreds
Okay. that's-
possibly thousands of people every year, and I have to survive each of those contacts for
And I
a
understand
duration of 25 years.
that. I
Okay?
understand that.
I know how to do that, and I know how I want people to react if they do have a firearm, and so that's what I go off of, okay?
And I was willing to compromise with you, but you're not willing to compromise. You want it
What is
your
the
way.
compromise?
You're not willing to compromise.
I am willing
Compromise
to put it on the
what?
dash, or even to allow
Okay.
you to put it on the dash. I am
I
not
would like to do that.
willing to allow you to remove it from my vehicle.
Okay, I can work with you on that a little bit. If I'm going to put it on your dash, I'm going to unload it first.
That's fine.
Okay, will you put your hands on your head with your fingers crossed so I can remove it from you? Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will say this is that for a sovereign citizen is a wild like compromise. Normally they just straight refuse the whole way through.
Yeah.
I am amazed that she is allowing that. I kind of expected more of a fight.
Any other
It's even
firearms with you?
purple.
No.
What
I
purple?
can't put my
What?
hands down.
None.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
If you could keep them at least visible, that would be wonderful.
Now, can I begin going over this paperwork with me that you're going to thoroughly disagree with me on anyway?
I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you. It may be legitimate, okay?
It is legitimate.
Okay.
I've done
Well, that's
my
fine.
research on my own.
Once I get this done, we'll move on with the rest of the stuff.
Why are you removing the bullets one by one? Like I didn't see what kind of gun she had.
You don't get to decide how things go. Okay. I'm all about I'm all about respecting you and trying to work with you.
I was
but
trying to be helpful.
You were not. I was
Yes,
asking
yes,
you to do something,
I
and
was
you were
talking.
refusing to.
I was talking about with getting the bullets out of the gun. I was just trying.
Well,
It would have been easier and faster to get the bullets out if you'd have pushed the release.
okay.
That's all I was trying to say.
Before that, I was giving you a lawful order.
It's a revolver,
You were
yeah.
refusing to obey that. For personal feelings,
Oh, if it's
I
a
understand
revolver, then
that.
he's just
You
an
do not
idiot who
prefer it
can't
that
get the
way.
bullets out
But there's times during a
correctly.
traffic stop or an interaction with
My gun
police,
is
you
still
have
not
to
on my
set your
dash.
personal opinion.
Nice
or
freedom
feelings aside
dispenser, man.
You
to
agreed
obey a lawful
to
order.
put my weapon on my dash.
That's a
Afterwards.
crazy everyday
Correct.
carry.
You
After I
agreed
told you.
to put my
Okay,
weapon
we're gonna stop this.
on
I'm gonna wait for the
dash.
chief. We'll go from there. I'm gonna put it on the dash now. You need to not reach for it, and I'm gonna put it on that side. Will you roll that window down?
I have to turn.
Just turn it to
Wait,
the yeah.
she got the hood.
Where's her
Accelerate on.
hood?
Go
What the
down.
hell?
I have to
Her hood's missing. Where'd it
Can you see, like, it looks like it's damaged up here on the front, too? Like, she clearly hit something.
go? There's her
Just
hood.
turn it to the on. Yeah, accelerator on. That's fine.
Surprised to be sure. Not much of a surprise.
I wonder why she got pulled over.
Actually, I'm gonna hold it here until the chief's here. Okay, where's your identification at?
I will just wait for your chief.
Fine with me.
The chief of police arrives to help the officer.
I have the firearm now. So essentially, approached. I noticed she had the firearm on her hip. Not a big deal. I asked her if it was a firearm that she'd point at it or tell me instead of reaching it. She reached for it. Anyway, I asked her to put her hands on her head so I could remove it from her.
Why are
and
you
take it back to
talking
my
through the
vehicle
car to
secure
the
it during
chief?
the rest of the stop. She's mildly argumentative. She refused to do that. We ended up coming to a compromise. She let me take it off her and unload it. So it's been a bit of a confrontation. I've asked her for a license multiple times. She said she wouldn't give it until you got here. So that's where we're at. So can I
Because
have
I
your
don't
license?
want to repeat myself.
Okay, can I have your license, please?
Okay, just real quick, ma'am, just so you know, my name is Chief Brewster. Let you know I got my camera going too, so it is recording, okay?
Okay? I've got my camera recording as well. Now, as I told you before I relinquish my information, I am going to go over this paperwork.
That's fine.
Okay? Which of course is not in order.
Just coughing all over it? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I promise this was in order when I put it in.
Despite being insistent that she read the papers to the officers, it takes Green Carnes a while to get things organized. But she finally finds what she's looking for.
So, as you're asking me for my driver's license, I do want you to know it's the right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon by horse-drawn
No,
carriage,
she's
wagon,
traveling! She's fucking traveling!
So I don't think we've gotten traveling yet, but I do think we're at requiring a driver's license is illegal.
Oh.
I was waiting for this because I was wondering if it was going to be not driving, I'm traveling, requiring a driver's license is illegal, or imposes a unilateral contract. I think this is driver's license is illegal. What do you think?
I feel like she's trying to say that she's traveling with private property.
Fair. We'll let it go out a little bit more.
or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights. He will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct.
I'm fine with going with driving and traveling for that one.
And I can give you where to find that if you would like.
If we don't need to, the U.S. Supreme Court has already squashed that, so...
Supreme Court already
Supreme
squashed
Court
it.
has not.
Yes, they have, and you do have a right to travel. You have a right to travel by your feet or your horse, but you have to have a driver's license.
No, you do not.
Okay, we can argue this
Ooh,
later,
she's
so you
against
just provide
driver's
the
license.
officer with your driver's license, or you will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
For what crime?
Failed to carry and present a driver's license. That's a Class C misdemeanor in the state of Oregon.
You tell that the police has heard
See,
this
this
song
is what
and
I'm
dance
talking
before.
about, right?
Yeah.
She just went through this whole thing about how she doesn't have to have a license because she's not doing commerce. And they're like, okay, we'll give us your license. And then she hands one over. She's got one. So it's like you don't believe your own bullshit because you still went out and you got a driver's license. Like as soon as they did like the most minor amount of pressing, like, yeah, this is bullshit. You're immediately like, fine, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, they don't believe it.
A failure.
So you have to let go of it. You have to
Why
present
do-
it to
Why do I have to let go? I presented it. You can see it.
Do you have a...
Does that cop have something written on his hand?
Yeah.
Why do I have to let go? I presented it.
What? Why?
Probably reminders or something.
Why do I have to let go?
Fucking
That's
numbers.
just weird. Don't
Some
cops
people
like
do
have a
it.
billion notepads in their car?
Yeah. Sometimes you're just lazy though. You gotta write it on your skin so that you remember.
I guess.
You need that physical
I
reminder.
presented it. You can see it.
Do you have a concealed handgun license with you?
No,
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
not required.
Not required.
Whether
I don't think that
you
was
feel
on
it's
here.
required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have registration information? Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Green Carnes continues to be uncooperative and invokes her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent for the time being.
So, ma'am, here's the deal. If you believe that this is part of your right to travel, this isn't the place to argue that. Okay? That's why they have a court of law.
You mean another waste of my time?
Okay, well,
Never
well,
wasted
you're-
my time.
You're citing what you think's a part of the Constitution, and so if it's constitutionally sound, that's what a court's for, and that's why there's appeals processes. If you don't like the original court ruling, okay, and if you read closely, they did not rule that you have the right to travel without a driver's license in a motor vehicle.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I can show you.
Well, that's fine. Again, if you believe that that's the case, that's what a court's for. It's not to sit out here and argue on the side of the highway with the officer, because that just escalates things and things turn worse. We'll be back with you in just...
I just wanted to say, currently we have a chance at an immediate bingo on the first video. If it comes
Amazing.
back that the driver's license is fake, I think we get phony identification. And then if they like try to arrest her and she starts screaming about having rights, then we get that one. But I think it's a real driver's license. I don't think we're gonna get it.
It might be real.
Not authorize him to do that.
Do what?
He told me he was gonna put it on the dash.
Okay, well, I'll talk with him, okay?
Bruh.
Oh crap.
Are you giving it back to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in this bag with all the
Who is she?
suspended violation.
I've never dealt with her before.
So she prevented you a driver's license and she's suspended?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her if she knows that. That's a crime if she knows she's suspended.
Well, also, she was cited and convicted.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't think suspended falls under phony.
Sag.
I don't think we have suspended on here. It's wild to me that it's suspended and she's still like carrying it around. Like you'd think that would be enough for her to be like, I don't care anymore, right?
Yeah.
Also, my my snackage just got here. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just realized that my fucking my text chat has been off my screen. The fuck? Hold on. Where? How did that fuck up? What happened? I don't know how that got moved around, but okay. Should be fixed. It's a little wonky for some reason. So yes, Dragon, I can see your messages. I'm we're doing a podcast, however. But no, I do not play Roblox like at all. Oh, Mizu left us again. He hates us. I know, right? Always leaving us. Always off to get cigarettes and milk. I do need a drink for these videos, man.
Remember the Daryl Brooks trial? It was bingo card full every time. I did not actually watch that trial.
I remember bits and pieces of it. Wasn't he a guy with
shit.
the stupid haircut who like tried to defend himself in court?
That did not narrow it down at all. You're gonna need to elaborate.
If I remember correctly, it was like a murder case, and he was trying to say that like, oh, well, I didn't actually kill her. When like, and I think a witness was like his kids, I think, and he tried to basically say that like, oh, well, like, you actually didn't see that at all. To his own kids. Like, you didn't see that.
It sounds about right. Are you back with milk and cigarettes? Sorry, chat. I am back with burger and fries.
Delicious.
Oh, shit. I don't know why, but the place I order burger and fries from, exactly one time, they have sent them in like these little boxes that are big enough for the burger and the fries. Every other time they've come separate.
Wow.
But one time they showed me that they had a box that could hold both. Exactly once.
Just once.
But yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I haven't had food this morning, so I'm kind of hungry. But, you ready to continue?
Yes.
I can't believe we're already like 12 minutes into this video. It seems like it's like flying by, and I'm stopping like every 5 seconds, but we're already like 12 minutes in.
That's how React content works, baby.
Yeah.
December 29th of 21 to Grand West County Government Church on a public roadway. So
Ma'am, did you know your driving privileges are suspended in Oregon?
In Oregon? Is she smoking right now?
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
After checking her information in the system, the officers decide it's time to arrest her.
Hey, Gina. So this is the deal, okay? I need you to step out of the vehicle because you're being placed under arrest for carrying a concealed firearm.
I'm crossing my fingers. Please roll your window up and have them break it. Pretty please.
Please.
I want it so bad. Like last time when we were watching the cop videos, we got like one taser the entire time, and we
That
never
was
even
actually
saw
so
it.
disappointing.
Yeah, we got one taser in a video that promised like a massive taser, like whatever. And we got to see like one taser.
One taser.
Please roll up the window and let them break it. I want to see it so bad.
Please, I need a bingo. Please. Please.
You're placing me under arrest for a concealed
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll it up.
firearm. Can I ask what led you to that decision?
Okay, well, you're carrying a concealed firearm, and that's a crime in Oregon.
You're arresting me for a concealed firearm? Yes.
Yes.
How did you come to that conclusion? Well, you had a firearm.
You had it on
and
your
it was
person.
concealed. I don't know what you want me to say.
How'd you come to that conclusion? Well, it's on your person.
It's right here. It's this purple one. I think you've seen it.
ma'am, do you recall I asked you if that was a gun underneath your jacket?
And I said yes.
Okay, so by me not being able to tell whether it was a gun or not, it was not in open plain view, right? Okay, so it would have been concealed if I can't tell that it's a gun.
You could obviously see the butt of it.
If you got your sweatshirt covering that gun, it's concealed. An open carry is open carry, nothing obstructing the firearm or the holster that it's in.
So had it been on the dash or like flat on the passenger seat,
Or had it been on your side without a sweatshirt covering it, that's not concealed. But you have it under
So
clothing,
now
that's
you
concealed.
guys want to nitpick.
and additionally, it's also a crime to present me with a driver's license knowing that it's suspended. I see you were convicted of driving while suspended in December, late December of 2021, which was only a few months ago. Additionally, you haven't been reinstated at all.
I will say so far, not a huge sovereign citizen on this one. Like, we know she is because she had that paperwork earlier,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard, like, most of the sovereign citizenisms that normally come with them.
Since then. So
I'm
there's
still
pretty
hoping
good
she rolls up her
information that you
window.
knew you were suspended and knew
I
that
want it
license
so
was
bad.
not valid. That's also a crime in the state of Oregon.
You're making assumptions.
No, that's,
Assumptions.
You're making assumptions.
oh, as far as your knowledge
You're
of that?
assuming whether I knew or did not know.
Right, I never said I knew for a fact. Okay, I'm not in your mind. I can't know that, but there's pretty good evidence to show that you likely knew. But additionally, from that, for the concealed firearm, yes, you are under arrest. So we just need you to step out. We don't want it to be incident or anything. Just ask you to step out and face the panel of their force, please.
So, ma'am, like I explained to you, this isn't the place to argue it. That just makes things worse. That's why there's court.
Yeah, you guys looked for the most petty thing that you could to arrest me for.
Okay, well, we didn't
And I'm
look for
willing
it.
to bet that in the process, you guys have got a whole lot of other things going on. So before we jump to that, I'd like to know what I was pulled over for.
I told you.
They always pull this right at the end. It's like, so what was I pulled over for?
So what was I pulled over for? What's
mean, I
my
could probably get you on what
charge,
you're-
officer?
Like, I could probably get you on what I pulled you over for, but I think, like, your fucked up license plate is a
Obstruction.
couple tiers down the hill from concealed weapon and driving suspended. Because driving suspended means that you're a fucked up driver to start with.
Literally.
Typically means you're like running around drinking and driving most of the time. Also, doesn't sound like her, but looks almost identical to my aunt.
Maybe maybe she has a
I'm getting
long
real like
lost
fight or
sister.
flight vibes right now.
Maybe long lost relative.
Getting real fight or flight vibes though, watching her and the way she acts and like her mannerisms.
God.
You're set for expired tires. Okay, additionally, the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended. It appeared to look similar to you based off the picture I pulled up before I stopped you. But in and of itself, I can stop you if the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended and the description would match. Additionally, you have a light housing on the back here that's broken. I didn't notify you that that's why I stopped you, because I was primarily just stopping you for the tag. I mean, we can point at things, but I don't want to nitpick with you. I don't want to argue with you. Okay, this is kind of what we're going to do. You're obviously very familiar with the...
I will say, who would have thought the woman who's completely missing a hood would also have a damaged tail light?
Ain't no way. Who would have thought?
I wonder if the completely missing hood has anything to do with the suspended.
The courts, you referenced the Supreme Court earlier in the stop, okay? So you know that that's the place to argue this stuff. So at this point, that's why you're under arrest, okay? So we're going to ask that you step out. We don't want an argument with you. We don't want any
So what are you going to do
altercation.
with my car?
So your car, so you were convicted of driving while suspended recently. So
You have no insurance on the vehicle.
You guys have no legal right to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
But I'm talking to you now.
Okay, this isn't the place for these arguments, okay, ma'am? So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle. And
Roll
if
up
you
the window,
refuse
I
to...
will
please.
step
Okay.
out of the vehicle.
You gotta
However,
do it.
the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that a vehicle is a household effect.
Okay.
Not
Therefore, you have
household
no right
effect.
to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
So, partially correct, partially incorrect here. The Supreme Court has ruled that cars maintain a very strange place in between, like, a home and public property. It's hard to explain it, basically. You have an increased level of privacy within a car compared to the public, but you have a decreased level compared to your house.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain it without like going into super detail on it. But it wouldn't be a home effect. I don't know what specifically she means by that.
Like you don't keep. I mean, technically, yeah, you do keep your car in your house if you have a garage, but it's not a household item.
Imagine having enough money to have a garage.
You can argue that, you can file lawsuits, you can do what you like.
Is this
So,
whole
in
video
other
her,
words,
by the way?
What you're saying, Chief,
No, I'll
is
go
No.
to somebody else later.
you don't care
get him on the camera.
that you are stomping all over my
Okay,
constitutional rights.
what I care about is this.
That's going to the top right. Claims civil rights despite thinking the state which grants them is illegitimate. And they're like, you're stomping all over my civil rights. Like I thought that you didn't have to obey any of the laws.
Rules for
This is
thee,
my
not for
job.
me.
Okay, I am educated, I'm informed, and I get the training on laws and court rulings.
But that does
Okay.
not mean that you know all the laws.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you are kept up to date
Right.
on the U.S. Supreme Court's rulings.
Right. So I'm pretty kept up to date. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow later. Okay.
It's her own
But
private
this isn't the place
domicile.
for it.
Later is not going to help me.
Okay. Well, it might. So, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead and step out of the
In the
vehicle. You are under
meantime,
arrest.
You guys are taking something that you have no legal right to take.
Again, not the place for the argument.
I have not even said that I'm going to tow it yet, but we need you to step out now so we can get you in custody safely, and then we'll go from there. So please face that way.
Oh no, I want her to roll up the window.
I want to smash her window.
Ow!
Fight,
Would you
fight,
please be
fight.
gentle? I have a right shoulder injury, so
Chief, can
please
you
be
hold this
gentle.
on? We'll put some sets of cuffs on you.
And please do not pull my arms out.
We're gonna do our very best. I'm only limited by these 2 cuffs.
You're being so nice to her too.
Too high.
It'd be a little better if you were able to hold a little more still.
They're even doing the double cuffs for her.
They're
She's
so
getting the
nice.
super gentle treatment.
I'm sorry that I'm not standing still enough for you. I'm a little bit scared.
I'm a little scared.
She's getting the total kids gloves.
Real quick, ma'am, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at no expense. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Okay.
Okay. I'm pleading the fifth. Okay.
30 to 11. 216 has 1 female in custody.
At one point, the officer taking green cards to booking has to pull over as the woman has a very dramatic reaction to being in the cramped back seat.
They're being way too nice to her.
Would you like an ambulance?
No, I just gotta get this.
You're not giving yourself much breathing room when you're hunched over on the car.
So overdramatic, and they're being so
You're
nice.
positive you don't want any medical attention?
Sovereign citizen just on another level of insane. So true. Stomp, 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 get violated.
Howdy.
Get her an
She's having a
Oscar.
back spasm and couldn't wait, so.
I'm sorry, my back went out
That's alright.
a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of sliding in and out since.
It happens. Stretch out real quick, and then we're only about 4 minutes away from the jail, so. How are you, sir?
As a side note, Dama, I'm ending the poll. 70% you don't shower.
Holding my shoulders.
How would you like me to
All
hold them?
70% of you who said I don't shower can suck my left toe.
To the right, to set, and then I'm rolling to the left.
Okay.
Dama's unshowered left toe.
Arr.
If you can get that stretched out to the jail, it'll be
They'll take those off, and you can flail your arms all you want.
it'll be a lot better.
You want to give it a shot? You ready?
God, she is
Okay, let's
such a
do it.
baby. Holy shit.
Same thing as before,
Okay,
please.
you need me to hold your jacket?
Yep.
Alright.
Why don't just take the jacket off her? She's probably like really warm in the back.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Yep.
full arm? Okay. I got you.
She sounds like me when I have to bend over at work.
I'm gonna push back on you some.
Okay, since we
For a sovereign citizen, she is being oddly cooperative. And for abusive abusive road pirate pigs, they're being very gentle.
Wait.
True.
Hold on.
Not Thomas toes, that would be so awful.
No.
Oh. Yeah,
If I ever do something wrong, this is the cop I want to get arrested
Let's
by.
make it so we can get you out.
true.
The very patient police officer arrested green cards for unlawful possession of a firearm. Next, we're headed to beautiful Sedona, Arizona. It's the summer of 2021, and this vehicle has a fake license plate. The officer...
You see that sticker on the window?
It's the summer of
one right here.
2021, and this
Just barely. What is that?
Statue of Liberty holding a gun.
Oh boy.
So we can see where this one's gonna go. Also, I'm gonna clear off my bingo card.
Tell
We
Mizu
almost
that
got bingo. We just
curtilage
needed
is
that.
curtilage is the term he was thinking of with the home effect. Okay.
Ah, god damn it. One sec.
What happened?
Got a bot in the kick chat.
Oh. Not on our watch. Our watch. Our watch.
Let me see. Do I just I haven't used kick much. See, do I just but stop. Told you no sound.
Ah.
Do I just click the name and oh I do, yeah. Click the name and there's like a little tick box for it. Got it.
License plate. The officer approaches the passenger side to talk to the driver, who's identified as Matthew Tucciaroni.
It's a wild name.
Hello. Hi, I'm Officer Woods from Snow Police.
Some sound a little
It appears you have a fictitious license plate on the back of your vehicle. Do you know anything about that?
I'm a sovereign human being.
Okay.
Oh boy. Immediately.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and registration, please? What?
No.
Do you have any form of ID on you?
No, Matthew Tucciaroni is my name.
Okay. All right.
Here, can I? No, captions are unavailable. I was hoping maybe I could get some like auto captions on that because I could not hear what the fuck he just said.
So just so you know.
I've been pulled over a couple times already by state troopers, sheriffs, and this is recognized.
Okay, I don't agree.
Tucciaroni wasn't interested in hearing what the officer had to say and actually ended up rolling up the window while the officer was talking.
All right,
Break
go ahead and
it,
step out,
break
please.
it, break it.
Step out of your car, please.
Smash it!
I didn't do anything
Mayor
wrong.
1, I need another unit. Step it up, please.
I did not do anything wrong.
He got his hat backwards too, you heathen.
Required to get out of that car if I ask you. If you do not, I'm going to force
Hat
you to.
backwards, a stash, and I think a soul patch.
Okay, get out of your car.
Break it like a piñata.
You can call your lawyer if you want, but as soon as another officer gets here, I'm going to force you out of that car if you don't get out on your own.
I don't need to be under arrest.
I love how they never have like
You're
a
being
driver's
detained right
license or anything, but
And
they magically have
Pennsylvania versus Mims
lawyers.
is the United States Supreme
Yeah.
Court case law.
Arrest?
You're being detained.
Why?
Why?
Because I told you, I'm investigating one crime.
Okay.
You also said you don't have a driver's license, which is another one. And if you don't provide me a form of identification when I'm investigating you for a crime that is a third crime that I'm investigating.
Phones, yeah.
There's no crime.
You are provided.
There's no
you are
crime.
required by law to provide me your true full legal name if I'm investigating a crime.
Well, this car.
If you do not provide me with your true full legal name, you can be arrested for
He's
that.
about to say private property.
Tucciaroni.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or any other form of
I am a
identification?
sovereign being. By
Okay, you are
Sovereign
not a
being.
real sovereign citizen because no real sovereign citizen would give a cop their name. They always do that weird song and dance about a name is a corporation and they're not the corporation. You know. So you are not you sir, are not a real sovereign citizen.
my
Truly.
name is Matthew Tucciaroni.
Okay. Again, Arizona Revised Statutes 28-1595
Hi, Officer Beers.
requires you to show me an ID card or
Listen,
driver's license.
please.
Get out.
No, I'm not getting out of the
Okay.
car. This is
I'm
The
going to
window.
give
I
you.
didn't do anything wrong.
Window.
All right.
I'm not getting out of
Matthew?
the car. I've done.
If you do not get out, I'm going to force you out.
An officer that Tucciaroni seems to know arrives at the scene and tries
Fake
to
sovereign
calm him
citizen
down.
arrest him
Matthew,
for
look at me.
impersonation.
I'm not doing anything.
Matthew,
Literally.
look at me. If you don't get out, I'm going to force you out. I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest also. So get out, please. Come on.
Bum, bum.
Hey, come on, sir.
Get
Come
out.
on, sir.
I've asked you probably 10 times to get
You're just
out.
traveling on
Act like
private
this.
Get out of your
property.
car then. All right.
They want his slave name. He ain't no slave.
Get out.
Like this. Do not touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch
God, he
me.
looks like a
out of your
twink.
car.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me, please.
Touch me.
He got gay so fast.
Officer, don't touch me. Officer. Do
He
not.
got- He got $20 is $20 real fast. Do not,
Do not.
officer, no.
Officer, no. Come on.
Why for no swiping? Oh, that's great.
Please do not touch me.
I have asked you 10 times to get out. Get out on your own.
What are you doing? Please do not touch me.
We're Officer Ramirez. Ow! Come on. Get on the ground.
Please,
Fine.
Get on your stomach.
Come on, officer.
Just comply for now.
Ken says, do you think this is just a complicated kink?
Yeah. Imagine he fakes being a subsit just to be manhandled by cops.
All right, just comply for now, okay? All right, I just got here, okay? But right now, the best thing you can do is just
Sounds like
comply.
he enjoys
If
it.
you want to file a complaint, I will give you that information, all right? I promise, my superiors will overlook everything. Okay, all right, but he had to repeat himself, all right? Like I said.
Repeat himself?
Stand up for me, Stand up, all right? What?
Is that what they said? Did they say he peed himself?
I will give you that information, all right? I promise, my superiors will overlook everything. Okay, all right, but he had to repeat himself, all right? Like I said.
Oh, repeat.
Oh, he said he
Never
had to
mind.
repeat himself.
Oh, I was like, oh my god.
Matthew, what are you Come on, let's go back to your car. You are detained. You were detained from the beginning when I told you that.
Sir, stop.
Relax, okay? Right now you're safe. You are safe. You got a sovereign plate on there. You did comply with my officer here. Okay? All right, just relax, all right?
I know they had to pull him out, but they're still being like
seat for
really
me, all right?
gentle with him too. Like they're giving him like affirmations
okay?
here.
I just want some.
Put your feet in
Please,
for me.
I'm not gonna go.
Please just listen to my officer. Just
Man's
listen to
built
my
like a
officer.
twink.
Okay? We'll get you some water. We'll make you some comfortable. Right now, we got to do what we got to do, all right?
The officers removed the fake license plate and expressed their frustration with sovereign citizens.
Yeah, I went on the passenger side, started asking questions. He just rolled up the window and turned around and started dialing.
We the
I'm like,
people
nope,
are
you're good now."
pissed.
I don't understand why they think we're making it up. You know what I mean? Like,
I even told them the statute.
Tucciaroni was charged with resisting arrest, displaying a fictitious license
Look at that fucking name.
Yeah, that sounds Italian as hell, man.
plate
Italian
and failing to
twinks.
provide
Look how sad he looks at his mugshot.
He's like,
He
I
was
never
crying
finished.
the whole way.
He looks like he's like, I never finished. I was just edged.
Oh, it's great.
evidence of identity. He represented himself in Superior Court, and the judge decided to move the case to Justice Court as a misdemeanor. Tucciaroni failed to show up for that court date and was subsequently arrested again.
Of course.
It's January of 2022, around 2 in the morning. And from the moment Haley Smith rolls down her window, she's hostile.
Young lady, Officer Banks, Golf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that
Nighttime
speed
soft
tonight?
sits.
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge, all this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
No. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive.
Reset the bingo. We got one. We got it. Staring out of the back.
Thought
No. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
you don't have to have a
God
license.
damn it, I was muted.
What did you say?
No, I said, like, if you're gonna lie, why are you gonna lie where you're still breaking the law? Because he says, it's 35 all down through here, and she goes, oh, I thought I was going 40. Why didn't you say you thought you were going 35? Why did you still put it in a spot where you're technically breaking the law still?
Because they don't believe in our law.
But yeah, I scrolled it back a bit, so maybe we'll get the driving, not traveling.
License to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
Oh, that's license to drive a car. Okay, so we actually got that one. Required driver's license is illegal.
15-7,
we got
41
one.
with me. Ma'am, step out the vehicle.
Roll out the window.
Step out the vehicle.
Am I
You,
have I
you're,
done a crime?
yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
The window.
I know my rights.
Either you step
I
out
know
the
my
vehicle or I will
rights.
remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7, sovereign supervisor, sovereign citizen.
Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle.
She doesn't look like a young lady.
I'm gonna ask, and then I'm gonna make you step out the vehicle.
You're going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're gonna step out the
I don't
vehicle
know.
right
I'd put
now.
her between
Get me a supervisor
25,
out here
35.
right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have her driver's license to drive a car.
You do.
I am not. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
It's not commercial.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
It's always commercial.
Always supervisor.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
Right now.
They got a code for
Or
her.
else what?
Code soft
I
sit.
know my rights.
If I don't call supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay. So just hold it for me and go and give me the channel.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
Our channel want to be 1033.
That can educate you on what.
I want to know the
Okay.
training that
You
officers
can
have to
educate me
go
on what the law
through
is.
when it comes to
So
soft
you have an ID
sits.
or you have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license.
Only some of them do
Okay.
it.
Do you have one issued to you?
In some areas, they're still not like
in
well
Mississippi.
known.
So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
That was years ago.
Oh, so what year is this?
What year was the ID issued? I hope that's your supervisor.
You hope it is?
I really
Dispatch,
hope
we
it's
got a
your-
code
Okay.
stupid.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks. I didn't.
And
I,
what is your badge number?
it's Officer
My
Banks.
driver doesn't do
Are you
anything.
failing to?
Are you failing to give me your driver's
I
license?
don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
What do you... Sorry, I interrupted her too soon. Give it a minute.
You a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Okay.
Said it word for word.
I'm not
Word
driving. I'm
for
traveling.
And like, what do you? I was about to say, like, what do you think commercial licenses are for? Why do you think we have them as a separate thing if it's all commercial? Dumbass.
My God.
I have all the laws back here.
Okay.
Where
So
are the
you're not gonna
laws,
give me a
ma'am?
driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
You do.
I'm traveling. I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. And what state is that?
Any state. It's common
Any
law.
state.
Natural law.
Natural law?
Constitutional law.
Okay.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Smith demands a supervisor, and one soon arrives.
Her vehicle was stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that it's before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said, any reason why we're driving this fast? And I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle.
Okay.
And then she said, I am traveling.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers.
I do not have to have a license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Well, you're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural
I don't
law.
care
There was
about
on the
common
door
law.
where the
You're in
laws
state of
touched you.
Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
Law.
You're in the state of
It
Florida.
doesn't matter. What's
She just keeps going down the list. Like, they're not. Those aren't all the same thing, honey. She goes, I know natural law, constitutional law, common law. It's like, okay, all three of those are separate things.
All of them are separate for different things.
Sit Karen uses call manager
Super effective.
on herself.
state
It
I'm
does
in?
matter.
I'm in the U.S.
It does matter. So you better hope the information you gave us comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're gonna get out of the car.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being
You did a
illegally stopped at
crime!
traffic stop. You are not being cooperative. It is not a terrorist.
Soft sit Karen,
Trust
love
me,
it.
I know the difference. You were speeding.
Speeding
Turn the
is a
vehicle
crime.
off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the
Let me
seatbelt.
turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her. So that's it.
Put all that down.
Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn around, face away
Turn
from me.
around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't care because you're supposed to be a police
then
officer.
you should know that you should know that this conversation
Police
is over then.
officer.
Right, because you don't care about the laws. You don't care about our rights. I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of?
Where is right down there?
Mississippi.
Also, I want to throw this out for chat because I've been really on my legal kick lately. So this is something I kind of always knew, but I had it confirmed with like the specific case law.
Yeah.
If you get pulled over, a cop can ask you to exit your car for like literally any reason.
Yep.
Like, you don't even necessarily need to be under arrest. If they say, okay, I want you out of your car, 99% chance, if it went to court, the court would be like, yeah, he had the right to ask you that. So if they do, just get out of the car. If they're doing some wacky shit, just fight it later in court.
Yeah.
Don't like try and fight them on the side of the road. You're gonna get tased.
I hope it gets. That would make my day.
I'm waiting for somebody to refuse to get out of their car.
I'm waiting for someone to roll up the window.
That's what I want, yeah.
I just thought you didn't have one. You just said you don't need one.
This is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
We're not going to play any of these games with you tonight.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a
It's not your rights.
citizen.
As a citizen.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
You know
not.
she's sovereign. She's
You're in
using
the
state
of Florida.
roads.
The
Yeah.
state of Florida requires you to have a driver's license and operate a motor vehicle.
Sir, it doesn't
It
matter
does.
what state I'm in.
See, that's your problem.
does
You say
matter.
It doesn't matter, but it does.
been
In this country,
in
it
my
does.
car.
I don't care about what laws you say you have.
You should care about the
I
laws
don't.
and the rights
but
of citizens. You're a
we
peace
know your
officer.
rights. We know your rights.
No, you
You
don't.
don't
I
know
know
your
my-
rights.
yes,
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you knew your rights, you knew, or you would know, and should know, that you must have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle. And if I find out that if I find out that you are not giving us the right information to identify
I gave
you,
the right information. Why would I
you-
do that? I'm trying to use my rights as a legal citizen. Why would I
you do that? Well, you would do that because you don't have a valid driver's license.
I don't have a valid driver's license. I don't have to have a valid driver's license.
You do.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't understand
do
why
not.
police
Then
will
we'll let the
sometimes
judge
get in these
determine
back and forth fights.
We will let.
I just closed the door.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong.
You can't arrest
We
me.
can arrest you.
No, you can't.
If you don't have a valid driver's license, we most certainly can.
Can I please call my
No.
mother?
You
No.
Why?
Because
my
you
mommy.
don't need to call you. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
To come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally
You
detained.
will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you gonna do with my car?
What is
Probably
that delay?
Why?
Because
Also
happened?
here, fine chat. I will go into streamer mode so you can't hear my Discord boops. I don't like using streamer mode though.
I'm traveling, not driving a car.
Also, one sec. Somebody sent me an important message.
Okay.
Important to them, not to everybody else.
Eat a snack. Up.
My friend just asked me randomly what a debut what a debut stream is.
Oh, interesting.
She's getting into VTubing.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have
The
to
cop
have a
sounds like
license
Tectone.
to drive. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
We are doing our job.
No,
Whether you
you're
agree or not doesn't matter. It's a
You
moot
take
point.
orders from the top. You don't
Salt
know
and
your-
vinegar
you don't
chips
know
are
the
so
laws
good,
and the
chat.
rights. Law is
We
law
do.
is law is
We do.
canon law.
We do.
What the fuck?
Sergeant Turner.
And in this country,
Now we got a fourth one. Now it's canon law.
Canon?
I think canon is in CANON.
Where's
That's
canon
like-
law?
I don't even think that's a thing. I think that one she just pulled that one from her ass.
They keep talking to see if they incriminate themselves. This is why you don't talk to police. Yeah.
Fair.
What laws do we follow?
Canon law. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest of
natural
it.
law.
Who is
common
we?
law.
Who is we? Who's we? Tell me who we is.
Police officers.
No,
not
police
peace
officers. We are police officers. We're not peace officers. We're police officers.
Yes, I know that now.
What does
So
that
then
mean?
your argument just needs to stop, and you just need to sit there quietly.
Sergeant Turner.
Does she mean common law?
Yes.
No, she's saying canon law.
No,
Why?
because you do not have a valid driver's license, and you have done nothing but give my officers a hard time during this entire ordeal.
Try and tell you that I have rights.
You don't know your rights.
I haven't
Clearly.
You have
yelled at
rights.
y'all. I haven't yelled at you.
You
not
have the
been
wrong
cooperative.
rights.
I haven't been cooperative in what
Not
silent?
at all.
Just go with it?
No, just be honest.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will, because you believe you don't have to have a license.
Drat says canon law is a UK thing, not a
Wait
US
minute.
thing.
Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license.
Because you're
but
telling
yet
me
you
I've
that
never
I
heard
have
that
no-
one.
So
believe you
she's
don't-
trying to
that's
invoke
correct. You have
UK
no
law
choice.
in the
Police
US.
learned that Smith had already failed to appear in court for very similar crimes.
Very
You
strange.
failed to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license? So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose
She's
not?
lying.
No, sir. I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay, well, you do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So
We're
regardless,
in Santa Rosa County.
you're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here
Do you know
When?
where you live?
When did you
That's a
move here?
crazy thing to say.
about 2 months
Like,
ago.
ma'am, do you
from
know where you
Pascagoula,
are?
Mississippi.
Okay. And you don't know what county you live in now after 2 months.
I don't. I don't.
No?
It's not something that's I use often. What county I live in.
Okay. Well, you are going to jail tonight.
Well, thank you, Sergeant Turner.
You're welcome.
Smith is sticking to her guns, repeatedly arguing that the officer just doesn't understand the law. But the deputies are worried she also might have an actual gun.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know. I know. You're one of those.
No, you know what I'm actually worried about? People like
You're
you
actually worried
who
about
think that
meeting your
laws
quota.
don't. No, there is no quota.
There
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
They
not
don't.
the case.
They don't.
Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail. Because
I've
that is
never
what
been
will
to jail.
happen.
Though it won't actually.
If you continue to act like this and do this, it will.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm
Then
telling
I would
you
suggest
what
moving
my
back to
rights
Mississippi.
Are. I'm not moving back to Mississippi.
Then if
either.
you stay living here and driving a car without getting a valid driver's license, that is what is going to happen.
You do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I've already been through roadblocks with state troopers with this.
Then they're not very good state troopers.
Yes, they are because they know their rights. and
No,
the
They know
law.
their
no,
rights.
If they let you through with this garbage, they're not.
This is not garbage.
It's garbage.
It's garbage.
Have you done any research into it?
More than
It's
you will
fucking
ever know.
raw.
You're
Okay,
not the
then you
first
would know
one.
it's not
You're not the
garbage.
first person I've run across that thinks this way.
Yeah, I know.
And
we're,
those
we're a
those
problem right
those
now.
other people went to jail too.
Good. You know,
It's not
it
good.
doesn't change
It shouldn't
the fact
happen.
that I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I do
Mhm.
not. I'm not a
Okay.
commercial driver. I'm not driving people around. I'm traveling. That is considered a part of my home. And I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
I suppose you don't have to have a registration either. Where's the gun in the car?
The gun?
Mm-hmm.
There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
There better not be a gun in the car.
The
You're gonna
gun's
be
in
in
the
so
pawn
much
shop.
trouble.
When did you pawn it?
So dead.
Like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there.
The next thing the deputies find in Smith's car gets her in much bigger trouble.
Drugs inside the vehicle. You are under
got
arrest now
drugs.
for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all
Ooh,
permission
what
to
drug
search
she
my
got?
vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being
Rat.
towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Yes, you are.
He seems like
Searching
a,
my vehicle.
I don't know, like a heroin type of person.
You say that our laws don't matter to you.
I
so
don't
what's it
know.
matter?
Given the how it is lately, I think it's probably fentanyl.
Obviously, I don't have any
Ben.
laws right now.
No, there's plenty
I think
of
it's
laws.
heroin.
You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not valid laws.
The United States and the state of Florida seem to think they are.
The United States has a constitution that we fall under.
Right.
Statutes, mandates,
and
codes.
So
None of that matters.
So under our constitution, it still gives the state.
Okay, I'm gonna file that one under statutes aren't laws. I think that counts. What do you think?
I think so.
Government's the right to govern themselves, correct?
That's right. And the sheriff has all the power.
That's right.
That's right.
The sheriff does. He is
Yes,
head law
He is
enforcement
not part
officer.
of NATO. He's not part of the Council on
I'm
Foreign
not.
Relations.
I'm not part of NATO.
What the fuck does NATO have to do with this?
NATO has nothing to do with this, bro. Are you lost?
The sheriff isn't part of NATO. It's like, yeah, he's not. What does that mean?
So, if there was NATO officers, would they enact laws? Would they listen to the NATO officers?
Lady, what are you on about?
She clearly doesn't know what fucking state or country she's in.
Lady, you have 2 legs. You can travel freely with those.
Nothing but maybe gotcha games.
No either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. And he takes orders from the top.
Who's the top?
You want me to give him one name? I mean, that would be impossible.
Well, I don't know who the top is.
I know, because you haven't done research.
I guess I'm just an ignorant cop.
Nope, you said that. I didn't say that.
That's what you're implying.
No, I
Just
don't.
the top.
Then stop
There's a
implying
guy
that I
beyond the
only take
president.
orders from
He's
the
an alien.
top. Fair enough.
You do take orders from the top. That's how it works.
It's the top.
Afraid not.
Oh, it doesn't. I'll just make up your own. Yeah, I know that's what y'all doing right now.
I don't know what
No,
she,
you make up
what
your
drug
own.
she's on, but I
don't.
want some.
I know the Constitution. I've learned it.
You on that good
I
shit,
know the
chat?
Constitution too. I also know that the states
You know
have the right to govern
Constitution
themselves.
has been turned into
Oh, and I'm sure you're the expert.
We used to be a proper
I-
country
I have
where I
rights,
could just
but I live in
travel.
America.
Correct. But you
And I
decide
don't-
which laws
I
to
don't
follow.
take orders from anybody
Nobody's giving you
except
orders.
God.
Nobody's
Except
giving
you
orders.
got out of the car.
Obviously,
You
you
took
are
orders
right now.
then, unless you
Nope,
just had a
I'm not.
woman moment.
That actually goes under the I, religion or spirituality brought into law. I'm counting that one. I take
God.
orders from nobody but God.
Oh,
Jail.
yeah, because
an order.
you violated Florida
I
state law.
violated a law that someone made up that's not legal.
The Constitution was made up
Yeah.
by people.
Yeah, and God.
Those same people put laws into place even back then.
Lady, God did not make the Constitution. I don't know who told you that. He made the 10 Commandments.
He
If
made
we
the
wanna-
10 Commandments.
I don't know where you got off on, yeah, God made the Constitution. It's like, who told you that? Please,
Delulu.
explain.
That's just Delulu.
She losing her shit, bro.
Our Constitution was changed
Americans,
in
man.
1776 and in 1871.
I don't think it was changed in 1776.
It was written in 1776
Ah, there we go.
and it was changed in 1871
I'll have to take your word on that one.
because you haven't done the research.
Because I don't need to. You're just playing a victim.
I'm not playing a victim.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I hate that mentality.
Then why are you playing all these excuses as to you don't need a driver's
It's
license?
not
10 amendments.
I have the laws in that car. That's why I ride around with them.
Why? To
I have the
educate.
book of the Constitution.
Thou
To-
shalt
to
travel
educate
on the
people like me?
road with thou's private
I
property.
don't think that you're interested in learning anything.
I don't
that
think
you're
you-
very stubborn.
I don't
Thou
think
shalt
you know
not
anything
stop
about
me
me
from
to even get
traveling.
to make that comment.
Smith was arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Oh, it was
DUI,
cocaine.
Even
She
better.
She had some nose candy.
Of course she did. And she was drunk? Of course.
And driving without a license. The court adjudicated her guilty plea on drug
not necessarily
paraphernalia
drunk,
and DUI charges.
yeah.
DUI can
She
mean
could have the
anything.
charges removed from her record if she completed 1 year of probation and met all of her sentencing requirements. But court records show she violated her probation in 2023 when an officer tried to pull her over for having a headlight out. And she refused to stop until she was in her driveway. She also still didn't have a valid driver's license.
Of course. Why would she?
She tried to home base the cop. Have you ever seen the people that try and home base the cop?
No.
They'll, instead of like stopping for the police, they'll rush home. And then they'll be like, you can't arrest me. I'm at home.
Mm-mm.
I
have seen that before, but I never heard the term. I've just seen them do it.
Well, because it comes from like a tag, where no, it's like hide and seek. There's a point at hide and seek where you have to try and sneak back to home base. And if you get to home base, they can't tag you out. So you'd be like, oh, they're home basing. Do we want to try this 5-time sovereign citizens learned a hard lesson? Yeah. I am hoping somebody gets tased. Please.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get into that.
So you don't no.
Now listen, that's the moment.
You don't have any license plates on your vehicle.
I have a private. I don't need a license plate.
You need a license plate not bought from eBay.
You don't have no jurisdiction over me. You are on my earth, and if I decide to do something about it, I can right now.
What you see here is a guy that's got a screw loose. But we tightened it up for him.
We are back with sovereign citizens, those interesting individuals who seem to believe the law doesn't apply to them. Well, what happens when it does? These
I am betting money if this guy is in the video, this is a Moorish citizen.
Moorish citizen?
I'm betting money he calls himself a Moorish citizen. Do you not know the Moorish citizen thing?
No.
The Moors were a group of like black people from Europe, and they seem to, like, everywhere they go, they seem to believe that they are like the one true race of people, and that like all law flows downhill from them. So they are like the ultimate law on everything.
Interesting.
Some of them also believe they're Israelites, so that's another thing.
Very interesting.
Are some memorable sovereign citizen arrests.
But the Moors are like an actual race.
See how many officers that one clip had? Holy fuck, that was a lot of officers.
Today we are talking about, once again, sovereign citizens. Now, you'll likely remember one of the most famous cases that we covered here at Law and Crime Concerned, a sovereign citizen, Darrell Brooks Jr. Now, remember, he was the man who drove an SUV into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin and then insisted on representing himself for the weeks-long trial. He was found guilty of
I remember that.
Sentenced to hundreds of years in prison, which he deserved because the evidence was absolutely horrific and damning again.
Also, just so we're all good here on our reactions, thank you to Law and Crime Sidebar with Jesse Weber as we blatantly steal your video. For our own entertainment. Don't worry, we're sending people to your channel though. So
it was gangs and shit.
Against him. But moving on. The sovereign citizen movement is a loose way of referring to a group of people who believe, for whatever reason, the U.S. laws do not apply to them. One way we've seen this is the idea that the U.S. Constitution was changed from its original form, so the laws based on it are null and void. Basic idea is that there is a conspiracy afoot, that the government is illegitimate, that they don't have authority over sovereign citizens. And we have seen this take the form of various justifications and legal arguments. We did a sidebar about sovereign citizens in court, but it is not just courtrooms where sovereign citizens think the laws do not apply to them. No, it is also out on the open road, too.
Hold up.
Various justifications and legal arguments. We did a sidebar about sovereign citizens in court, But it is not just courtrooms
What happened?
where sovereign citizens think the law.
Look at what this lady named herself on Zoom.
Woman.
I woman, comma, Angela Christensen.
Why is she wearing a mask? And it looks like she's at her house.
Looks like she's at her house. She's wearing a bandana mask. Doesn't even have it over her nose. No idea what's going on here.
Laws do not apply to them. No, it is also out on the open road, too. As the sovereign citizen movement has grown, law enforcement has had to deal.
Also, sidebar, out of all the bingo sheets I saw, none of them had road pirate on it. But so many times I've heard sovereign citizens call police road pirates. I feel like that belongs on a bingo card.
It should.
With more stops like the ones we're about to get into. So with that, we're going to dive into our first body cam video, which manages to cover a lot of or most of the common sovereign citizen beliefs. And one thing to note as we go through these videos, sometimes the suspects don't outright identify themselves as sovereign citizens, but they tend to use language and terms that are consistent with that ideology. So just keep that in mind as we go through all of this. But now, talking sovereign citizens. One outset of that are the Moors, and they believe that in the 1700s...
Yes! One of them is a Moorish citizen, I was right.
Oh, you
be the black
called
guy with
it!
the funny hat.
Oh my god.
The United States and Morocco signed a treaty that grants certain people seemingly immunity.
Wait, is that the Morocco thing? I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
And they believe that in the 1700s, the United States and Morocco signed a treaty that grants certain people seemingly immunity. So with that, let's turn to our first case.
Okay, so that's the Morocco thing. I've genuinely never heard that in my life.
Me neither.
That is completely new to me.
We know now. The
It's
more
March
we
of
know.
2023 in Berea, Ohio, an officer has pulled over this van because the license plate on the back just says private.
Hello, how are we doing? I'm Officer Douglas, Berea Police. The reason for the stop is you don't have a
darn
tag
it, it's
on
not
your
the black
vehicle.
guy.
Right, it's not. I don't
Maybe she
contract
claims to be a
with the state
Moor,
of
though.
Ohio.
Okay.
I'm a private national.
Okay, so you're a sovereign citizen thing?
Well, no, it's not a sovereign citizen.
Are you Moorish?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, do you have your travel document or what do you have? Okay. Where do you stay at?
Travel
You know, I don't.
Okay. What's your current address?
I don't really. I docile in Berea at.
Okay. Do you have anything with the VIN on the vehicle?
No, just
No registration or anything like that?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I want to file her under Moorish citizen, but this bingo card says Moorish citizen has cool hat. She doesn't really have a hat. She's got like a bandana.
Yeah.
Or as the kids might call it, a do-rag.
Do-rag.
I don't think this one counts, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do have my all my information right here.
Okay. Do you mind if I see that?
Yes. And I also have my Moorish. Well, it should be right there, all right there. Yeah, it's all right there.
Have you ever had a Ohio ID before?
I don't contract with the state of Ohio.
So have you ever had an Ohio ID before?
No, I don't contract with it.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna file that under the bottom right. I will not contract with you. Just because she said it like 4 times now. I don't contract with the city of Ohio.
I don't contract with the state of Ohio.
$16.06 to $16.40. Yeah, this is a sovereign citizen. I don't know if you want to head up here.
This is
We're going to request the boss at some point.
Fuck you having your car that's
When
your
the officer goes
notification
back
for.
to the squad car, you can catch
Yeah,
a
we have a
glimpse of
sovereign
what
citizen.
seemingly her Moorish government ID card looks like. And he tries to use the address on that card to find out more about this driver. The woman has some paperwork that she believes might help.
That was such good timing.
Right to travel, that's also notarized and It's notarized and it's filed with the state of Ohio.
Where's your cool hat? I don't have a cool hat. I'm not a Moor.
What is your first name?
Asada.
Okay. And then your last name is Bay?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You said 223 Run Street?
That's my address on there. You can't just take you can take that out of your pocket.
I'm not taking it, I'm just holding it so my hands are free. That's it.
Oh, okay. So,
What is this?
I'm on my way somewhere that's very important.
Okay.
And
Okay.
kind of holding me up.
Okay.
And I also do have a fee schedule as well.
A fee
A what?
schedule?
Yes.
What
a
is
fee
that?
schedule.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fee schedule for if I'm bothered in my private mode of travel.
Charge
So this is
officer.
a notice of intent fee schedule. And so this is for any and everything that you may have gonna pull me over for, or anything that you may keep me on the side of the road for.
It's called a fee.
Okay, so you're already kind of taking the piss a bit when you are like, oh, I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't have to obey any of the laws. You can't do anything to me. You are out of your goddamn mind when you pull out a list and you're like, so here are all the charges that you're going to have. It's going to be $50 for pulling me over, obviously. It's going to be $20 a minute that you don't let me leave.
God.
Out of your goddamn mind.
This woman's crazy.
Schedule?
Yes, it is a fee schedule.
I'm assuming they sell these people these BS documents. They're probably printing them out all by themselves. Because they can't get a license, but they can get a printer.
Listen,
What's up?
can I have my ID back so
you're welcome to.
So I can go?
You're not free to leave?
You're not free to leave.
Because you're being detained?
Detained?
Yeah, it's a traffic stop. You're detained. You're not in handcuffs or anything like that. But
This is unlawful detainment.
it is not.
It
Okay.
is unlawful
I know you believe it
detainment.
is, but I've done this plenty of times. Okay.
Okay, well, I also have the right to travel
Okay.
in my private
May I
mode
see
of
that?
Ah, it's always the right to travel.
It's my private mode of transportation.
May I see that? Here, you want
That's
to
going under. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just like I said, you're not free to go. Okay. So just hang out for 1 second.
And then she drives off. Please drive off. Please drive off. Please, it would be so funny.
I'm just waiting to hear she's going. She's going.
Please drive off.
I think I got her real info off a paper that she showed me. She has a fee schedule for any time she's stopped by law enforcement and bothered.
Fee schedule?
Yeah.
Right across
the back or
fee schedule. So we should charge her for every time.
No.
She charges us.
She charges us.
She charges us for time.
Interesting. So she has a license or something valid.
That is honestly so crazy. Charging the officers for your
This has
wasted
no business
time.
with the state of Ohio, but she has allegedly an affidavit signed by the state of Ohio saying that she's allowed to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Did she show it to you?
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Who made it? I don't know. We got like 4 deep. It probably looks bad. I was gonna keep going, but nobody else got here, so I'm like, well, I don't know. It's sitting here.
I just figure I've dealt with sovereign citizens before, and that's what I asked her. I was like, "Oh, are you Moorish American?"
The officer is able to confirm that the driver used to go by the name Dominique Camel, and now that he has her name, his computer starts sending alerts.
Suspended license. Suspended license.
You still gotta identify yourself is the problem, and that's where the hook will be. That's usually where these things go south.
Yeah, which
I can see why she changed her name,
I mean,
though.
we dealt with it in Cleveland. Usually everyone's fine until they have the automatic fingerprint at county.
Yeah.
So they would not identify, and then we'd get down there, and they would read the fingerprints and give us their name.
What kind of last name is Camel?
Has that.
But, I mean, it's such a, like...
And that's the problem. So it's going to be fun.
Just give me,
This
like,
is not camel toe.
Yeah, okay, identify who you are.
Camel toes need to come back in style.
Maybe. Only certain people.
I think they're valid.
All right, ma'am. You said, I'm sorry. Is that in Elyria?
Yes, it
okay.
is.
All right. What was your name before it was Bay?
My name is Asada L Star Bay. That's all
What?
The old name does not matter.
Okay.
So this is my name. This is my name, and this is filed with the Moorish National Network.
But that's not the state of Ohio.
Moorish National Network.
I'm talking about Supreme Court law. I'm not talking about state of Ohio. Supreme Court law. I am a Moorish national, and this is my travel card. I went through all the proper steps to get my travel card. I went through all the proper steps to put everybody on notice, and this is what it is.
So that's not a driver's license, okay?
It is my right to I don't have a driver's license because I do not contract with the state of Ohio for a driver's license. I do have a right to travel in my private mode of travel, and this is my private mode of travel. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just letting you know I have a right to be private. I live in the private, and this is how
I live in the
conduct
private.
my affairs. I don't contract with the state of Ohio with the driver's
You live in the
license.
state.
I don't contract with the state of Ohio for anything.
The state's kind of your
contract
bitch.
how I want because I live in the private. This is my travel card, and this is my Moorish American national name.
So you don't drive on any public streets or anything like that?
I'm not conducting commerce. This is I'm not for hire. I'm not for any of that. So I'm not conducting commerce on any public highways. I'm not doing any type of business. I'm going from point A to point B in my private mode of travel, and I'm not conducting any type of business. I'm not conducting any commerce that would need me to have a driver's license, and I have not committed a crime.
She got so many expensive stuff on her. How can she not get a license? Because you don't need a license to have a phone.
I don't need a license plate on my
You
vehicle.
so annoying.
Bought from eBay on your vehicle.
I don't need a license to wear this jacket.
It's a private. What they have on eBay is not my business. It's not my concern. But this is a private vehicle. I'm not for hire. I'm not for contract, and I'm not conducting any type of commerce, sir.
Okay, I understand that you fully believe in all this. Okay, and I respect
I know. It is not what I believe in. It's what I know. I know that the Supreme Court law states that I have a right to travel just like I'm traveling. Supreme Court law says that, not me. I didn't say it. I didn't make it up. This is Supreme Court law. I have it right here in my thing. It's Supreme Court law. It's not something that I
Demand
made up. It's just
fees for
Supreme
your
Court
time.
law.
How is that not commerce? Yeah, she basically fucked herself over. She has literal fees to give officers.
I'm telling you.
Okay, could you call your sergeant, please?
Ma'am, I'm the chief of police.
Okay, well, are you the sergeant?
I'm the chief of police. It's my department.
Give me your sergeant. I don't want the chief. I want the sergeant.
I would be above this.
Oh, okay. Well,
so that's why I came over here to try and help. I think this setup is as easy as possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
For everybody involved. That's why I thought I'm going to come over here and have a conversation with you.
Okay.
I'm a student of this. I love to hear this stuff.
Okay.
Would it be better if she pulled out Uno reverse? Honestly, that would have been so funny if she pulled out the Uno reverse.
Right, but I'm not conducting commerce. I have it right here. It's
And I know
Supreme
what
Court
you're
law.
reference. I've seen it. Unfortunately, that's not the context of the law.
While this spirited debate continues, the officer jots down the car's VIN.
And you don't have a right to do that.
To do what?
To write anything down that has anything to do with my vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you don't. I know my rights. Okay, and I also know my rights. You guys are policy enforcement. You guys are okay, but you guys are a public service. You're a public service. We're here to serve.
You are a public service. I am a private citizen.
This is not an emergency. Well, why can't you accept my Moorish national ID and let me go?
Because it was not issued by a recognized government entity.
But we are our own government. We have our own Moorish national government. Yes, we do.
You're in the state of Ohio. In the United States of America.
It's definitely recognized by the Department of Justice.
Well,
no. We have right here, we have a Department of Justice, and it's all on the back. Would you like to read it?
Who issued that? Is it Moorish?
Yes, the government. The Moorish national government.
What Department of Justice?
The Department of Justice. We are Ohio Department of Justice.
We get briefs, so we know. So we like to encountering. We try to have the best possible encounters with them. Right. Respectfully as much as possible.
Right.
So I guess with this officer, he's just if you can figure out who you are, and we know who you are.
I just told you who I was.
And that's why he asked you if you had a previous name that I might remember. We didn't change their names all the time, and that's
well, what difference does my previous name make?
Then if we know who you are, then we feel comfortable and kill somebody.
Oh, no, I'm not a murderer.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm giving you a very extreme example
Right.
of why it's important.
I'm just a mother. I'm a mother of 3 children. I get my kids something to eat. And you're kind of interrupting what I was going to do.
I apologize. So if you give us a measure of, I guess, cooperation.
I just cooperating. This is not the first time I have, and I've never had any issues like I do in Berea. I have the worst issues. It's the Berea Police Department. I feel like at this point it's like a harassment type of thing.
It's a harassment type of thing.
I'm talking about the people that work for you.
You're harassing me.
At this point, I feel like it's harassment.
I'm still gonna charge you, but I'm not driving commercial.
I choose to live in the private because I have a choice to live in the private.
I respect it.
You know.
That's why I'm having this conversation with you.
Right.
We're not trying to escalate anything. Calm, real, I'm just trying to. We can do our business and we can let you go about your business.
She is coping so hard.
I just want to snatch her out of the car. I would not have this. I would not be having this conversation back and forth with her. I would just be like, man, just step out of your car.
So you're threatening to take me to jail for a non-violent crime, for a crime that hasn't been diminished.
Not threatening. I'm telling you, I will take you to jail.
And my fee schedule definitely says.
And you can make those claims after the fact, but I don't want to get there. Okay?
Hold on, where's unlawful detainment or detainment, lawful detainment? Because there's issue traffic citation, $75,000. Time in court.
Should I say the U.S. public education raised this one, but I think she was probably homeschooled. I don't know.
Traffic citation. If you know you are, we'll issue a traffic citation, send you on your way, and you can go about trying to make a claim for that.
A claim for what?
For us issuing you a
Would you like to read this? Because
we're past that now. I told you where we're at this point. I'm just asking for some cooperation at this point.
I'm giving you cooperation.
You would drag her out of the car.
Which I totally, I respect it. I love it. Listen, I'm a student of people and humanity, and that's why I'm trying to have this conversation with you. But you're not really working with me at all.
She said she was a mother of 6.
Okay.
Did she?
So,
well,
I told
you
you
might have.
what the response is going to be if you continue to I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want. You seem like a very nice person. You said you're a mother of 6. I don't want anything against you. I don't.
Doesn't seem like a nice person to me.
I feel bad for her kids. She's gonna raise them to be
like her
sovereign citizens who are traveling in private property.
Before you got it switched over, could you just provide your name before you got it switched to Bay to me?
You looked it up, didn't you?
I looked up Bay.
I feel so bad for her
about
kids.
You had a name
Did
before
you see
that.
my fee schedule?
No.
You did.
I saw it.
You wrote down.
What did I write down?
What did you write down?
I wrote down your VIN, and then the birthday you provided me, and then street.
Did I see what you wrote down?
What is your name? Was it the Dominique? Was that your old first name?
So if you
I can't just run Dominique. There's a million Dominiques in Ohio.
If you know that, why are you sitting here trying to play me like I'm stupid?
I don't know your last name.
Why are you trying to play me like I'm stupid?
You got the VIN number, don't you?
If it's never been registered to you, it will never come back to a license plate.
It doesn't, because I got...
If it's never been registered to you in the state of Ohio, it's never going to come back to a state of Ohio license plate, and therefore it won't be registered to you or anyone else. Does that make sense?
You can tell us if it was registered in the previous state. I can look it up that way.
No, it was registered here.
In Ohio or through the Moorish Nation?
No, it was registered here when I bought it because I had to register it here when I bought it.
Did they give you a temporary tag?
Yes, and it expired.
Okay.
And once it expired, I never got anything else because I do not contract with the state of Ohio to get a license.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be difficult. This is just.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
You are. I don't go by the old name anymore. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a killer. I'm just a mother who's trying to go get some groceries for her 6 children. That's it.
The officer then does another check.
Played down with her 6 times. That's my question.
Decide, what are we going to do here?
Oh, come on, Dama. You know the answer to that.
Chat, which one of you? Said I'll lay down with the sovereign sit woman.
Okay, send her on her way.
Send her on her way. Cool. You good with that?
Yep.
I mean, apparently it's pretty good.
All right, ma'am.
So he was able to find you. Thank you.
Will you provide me a good phone number for you? You don't have to. It's totally optional. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm giving you a ticket, okay? I'm saying, and advising, City of Bree is advising you have to go to court for the ticket, okay? Now, you can go to court with all your documents, everything like that. You can prove your case. You can file the fees that you'd like against us and not against the court, okay? I just have to advise you that you have to appear in court, okay? Your court date will be March 24th at 9 in the morning in Berea. By signing it, you're not admitting guilt.
Oh, I'm not signing.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you knew she wasn't going to, bro. I didn't know why you thought you were gonna ask.
So here's your copy, okay? There is the court date at the top on the inside. There's also a phone number and a website on the back, okay? Directly to the court.
Was nice speaking with you. I wish it was under better.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It was good talking to you too. But I'm gonna come up there and possibly give you all this information if it's okay.
You can drop off. Understand? I don't have the right to tell you.
No.
Travel without.
No, it's not about you giving me a right to travel. It's about me giving you the information that we are on file with the Department of Justice, so you can see that we are recognized with the United States.
But I guess just letting you know that if I don't respond formally doesn't mean I.
No. I'm gonna bring it up there to you personally.
But I would like to see it.
No, I'm gonna bring it to you personally, and I'm gonna show you that we are recognized with the Department of Justice, which is a United States branch of office or whatever.
It is.
And we are recognized, and we also have a Department of Justice file number that we're under. So I just want you to see that we are recognized, and this isn't just a load of BS.
No,
That's all.
I'm respecting you. We have to work within the confines.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to let you know that
I
I
appreciate
am.
it.
This
Again,
is
I-
tough.
So hard.
Oh my
Because
god.
again, I'm fascinated by all this.
Right.
I'm fascinated. He's so curious. Like, I just want to pick your brain.
Just want to pick your brain, man.
Let me call you back, Miss Gaga.
What goes on in there?
You guys have a blessed day.
Thank you as well. Drive safely.
That seemed pretty cordial.
Just let her go?
Overall, right? Well, that's not quite the case with what happened next, because now we're going to fast forward 6 months later, and Camel's next interaction with the same officer, by the way, didn't go as smoothly.
Wait, so we're getting the same lady twice?
Oh, what blessed day.
Oh, can we keep the same bingo card?
Yeah.
Because it's technically the same person.
So I need to be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
Oh, chat. She's ditching us again.
I am not. Oh my god.
Something as lame as the bathroom.
Oh my.
Imagine having to pee, chat. Couldn't be me. Absolute skill issue, honestly. So chat, how goes life? Everybody enjoying it? Having a fun day? Good time? Hope everybody is enjoying a little bit of soft sit nonsense. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. I love these crazy people. That are just like all up on themselves. Let me pull this up. It's a me raid. Thank you. Got me a new job. Things are looking up. I am proud of you. My precious little viewer. I've got to move you forward a little bit. I'm sorry that I stopped. Oh, what? Oh, because I accidentally clicked the bottom of the page. I was trying to just scroll back a bit so he didn't look as silly. You know what? We're keeping it on that one. That one's fine. Still looks silly, but there's only so much I could do. Also, chat, if you're curious, if you wanna see something really quick, let me show you guys my little aquarium while Dama's gone. This little game I've been playing. Can I? Oh, broke it. I was building a little aquarium, chat. Placing all my little fishies and my little aquarium decorations. I've got eels somewhere near the back. I just placed the eels though. Eels should be in this one, I think, right? Yes, the eels. I still have to do the floors here. And then we just did these guys. Should probably mix up the colors a little bit though. Maybe I should put the blue ones in here instead. Probably need more repair equipment on this side, so it's easier to get to. Kind of running out of space though. It's very tight knit. You guys should definitely get yourselves some of the chill, relaxing games every once in a while. Don't always feel the need to get the very crazy multiplayer games. Oh no, I just got a Twitch update. That means the stream crashed on Twitch. Twitch will not let me go over 4 hours. They really don't want me to. Genuinely don't know why Twitch hates me so much. Twitch just has like some bizarre problem with me right now. But it's okay, chat. Mizu need my angry autism simulators. Define an angry autism simulator. What would qualify? Tori got me into Vintage Story. Vintage Story is not chill. Vintage Story is very aggressive. League of Legends, no, chat. Why would you say that? What qualifies as a basic tank? I'm gonna do another Lagoon in the corner here. All I really have left is the yellow tang. Oh, and then we could do another set of red tail. You know what, actually? Yeah, we're gonna do it that way, I think. A little short on the water quality. Is there anything that'll up the water quality like a lot more? The rocks would. It's so close. Maybe if I sell like one of these and replace it with the rocks. Oh, it's so close. It's not fair. I'm trying to cheat around it until I can get a protein skimmer. And I need 5. Yeah, I can't get away with anything less than that. Welcome back. I was showing the people my my little aquarium.
Cute.
I've been sorting on. Is it not adorable?
So cute.
I thought it'd be a little bit easier than trying to chat by myself for that long.
Dogs take a long time to use the bathroom. It
Well, I
wasn't
thought
just
you were
me.
going to the bathroom.
I did, but also I had to let the dog out.
What kind of doggy is it?
Pomeranian. A little yipper.
Were you listening when I talked about my grandma's dog?
I did not.
So great grandma got a pupper, and it was a poodle mixed with a Shih Tzu. And grandma very proudly introduced us to her little doggy. And when we asked her what it was, she says, "Oh, it's a shit poo." Keep in mind, this is like at the time like a 70-year-old woman.
It's a shit poo.
And she introduced her dog as a shit poo.
I would too.
We love grandma. Rest her
Hello,
soul.
Grandma.
Little chest cross thing can't do it because. Also, chat says, "Who let the dogs out? Who?
Who let the dogs out?"
Anyways, we will continue. I stopped it on his smug face because I thought it was kind of funny.
It's just
cordial overall, right? Well, that's not quite the case with what happened next, because now we're going to fast forward 6 months later, and Camel's next interaction with the same officer, by the way, didn't go as smoothly. We come into this body cam footage when the officer already has Camel in handcuffs outside of a U.S. post office.
Oh, we skipped the best part.
Apparently,
Damn.
she never went to court for those previous citations.
Let me lock my door.
Okay, hold on.
What's wrong with you?
Fuck is wrong with you?
Just grabbing on me like that.
Okay.
So mean.
Literally. Imagine being this mean.
I'll tighten up on you.
Oh, give me my phone. Oh, hell no. I have to call my mother.
No, you don't.
They always want to call their mom.
Okay.
Chris, come on.
Mommy,
Was your-
you're arresting me.
Was your mommy a sovereign citizen
It's
too?
not registered.
You're not driving, you're traveling, same
I'm
thing as last time.
traveling, yes. You know that.
Okay.
You know that.
You know that.
Okay.
You can't have stuff in the back seat, okay?
This is mine.
Okay. I'm not going anywhere with it. You just can't have it on you. Simple as that. Okay?
So I can't have my debit card either?
Yes, no, I can get everything for you. You just can't have it in
Why
the
can't
back
I have
seat.
my keys?
Because you can't have anything in the
Okay,
back
but I don't want you touching my keys.
That's fine, but you can't have it.
Okay, but I need to call my mom so she can come pick me up.
Well, you're not getting picked up. You're in jail.
Okay, but I can still get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need her to come pick me up.
Okay, and we can make that arrangement when it gets there, okay?
Off me.
Ma'am, you need to relax, okay?
No, you need
See how they always want to call their mom, but not their dad. Well.
No, I ain't in your jurisdiction. You just want to
Jurisdiction.
Oh, that's fuck.
God, she is going off.
Are you in the city of Berea?
You're not even supposed to be touching me.
You're in the city of Berea.
The officer double checks the VIN to make sure this is in fact the car that he stopped 6 months ago. Turns out she still has the private license plate in her back window.
She called Mizu's grandma Grand Blue.
I stopped her. I stopped her before. Same. I went to court as one with us.
Now, when he takes a look inside her vehicle, the officer is
She
once
got
again
drugs?
able to confirm her name is Dominique Camel when he seemingly finds it on a bottle of medical marijuana. And he makes an interesting observation.
Can't have a licensed sovereign citizen, but I get a weed card. She's sovereign, but she has enough of Ohio ID to get a medical marijuana card. A medical marijuana.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
They just drag you into a circle of like, I don't know what
Fatherless
I'm
behavior.
not a sovereign citizen. You just said you were. I'm sovereign. Okay. I mean, she's able to use our currency as the United States. You know, she's got cash. She's got, you know. It's just a ring of insanity. So.
Ring of insanity.
She tried pulling away from me when I copped out.
Medical
As
for
soon as
sure.
I
Yeah,
got
totally
down,
medical.
she came right
Pulling.
here.
She's using the United States mail
Quote unquote medical.
Yeah.
Medical marijuana.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna go mail that for her. And then I'm gonna write her for obstructing, resisting, and a bunch of traffic.
As the arresting officer works on his paperwork, Camel appears to be lecturing one of his colleagues.
Listen, I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion's old. How about that?
How about that?
It was Moroccans and shit.
How I want to live. I can't nobody tell me how to live. Can't nobody tell me who to be.
Can't nobody close the door. Close that door.
Got it in her face.
Someone in the U.S. get medical ID without an ID? No, you need state ID to get things like that.
Yeah.
So she did a contract with the state enough, you know, for her
Specifically just to get marijuana.
for her medical Mary Jane, but she can't get a license though. She's a free private person who's traveling.
Always traveling.
I'm not hurting you. I'm not committing no crimes.
She's still yapping?
She is running.
I ain't dealing no drugs.
Well, now I'm curious about that. Are you?
It's like, well, now that you bring it up, I'm kind of curious. Where's the victim?
There is no victim. You know everything else. You know this.
Do you think she's had to have murdered somebody to be arrested? You're dumb.
Yeah.
So, what happened? Well, Campbell had a jury trial scheduled for May 2024, but it is our understanding
Silence, a black woman is talking.
Hey there, everybody. So I want to thank Morgan and Morgan for sponsoring this episode of Sidebar. I always love talking about them. Now,
When a
here is
black
the
woman
incredible thing
speaks,
about
you
Morgan and
listen.
Morgan, and one of the reasons why I like talking about them so much.
Hey, say something about our big wins.
You're not supposed to come on camera. The reason Morgan and Morgan, America's largest win, $6 million insurance off, and talking to your just do it. You're in Morgan. Sit me a little bit. May of 2023. And a police officer is arriving to assist with the stop that's already in progress. According to his fellow officer, the driver of a blue rental car allegedly blew right through a stop sign.
What's up? Hey, David.
Allegedly.
Tell you who he is yet?
Allegedly.
What's that? Tell you who he is yet? It's not. All right, let's take him out and bring him back so we can identify him.
Yep. I was just trying to see if we had anything on there so I could at least come up and already have his information, but it's a rental car.
Yep.
And I got nothing else on it.
No idea who it is?
No, I've never even seen this guy before. Blew right through the stop sign, but he is not, he said he doesn't have to stick around. I was like, okay, well, I'm advising you legally you have to stay here.
Yeah, he's detained.
All right. You got a rental car, brother. You got to have a contract for it, right? And a driver's license. I need to see that.
Just do clap with the officer. Ain't no way.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The instant sass. Ain't no way. Clap on, clap off. It's a clapper.
Okay. Who is it in Genesee County?
That would be Morgan. Is her first name. So
I feel like trying to tell your mama to do something, then doing a snap. Like, girl, you go get slapped. You go get beat.
So I'm all about constitution.
Grandma gonna kick your ass.
So I need
your
you
ass.
as a public servant, because am I a public servant or are you the public servant?
So you're correct. I'm the public servant.
Good.
Don't you know
We have
cops
an
get
oath of office
disoriented
that
when you
Constitution.
clap?
Am I correct?
Yep.
What's the 10th Amendment?
So I'm not going to get into that.
So
with
you don't no.
We're going to have you step out of the car.
You're not going to do anything.
All right, come on, sir. Get out.
Yep.
I'm
We're going to have you remove
No,
out of the car.
no. Clap,
So I'm
clap,
gonna
get pregnant.
record this.
You're
Again,
free to record. You can record whatever you like.
I'm going to roll up the window.
He rolled the window. He did it. Smash it, please.
I'm going to have 203 start this way as well.
Please.
196 to 203.
Break it. Break it.
Next step is I call 911 and I get SWAT here.
We are SWAT.
We are SWAT, so...
Good. You're an insurrectionist at this point in time, because if you're trying to demand anything out of me,
We need to
keep
identify
in
you,
mind,
sir.
I have no problem with giving you my license and what have you. What I'm doing is I'm ensuring you're abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So we need to see your driver's license.
You don't need to see anything.
You don't need to
from
see
me because
shit.
You are a public servant. I have the right to
I am a
travel
private
under the Ninth
citizen.
Amendment. I have right, First Amendment right. Freedom
Okay,
of
well,
exercise.
we just got right to travel.
All he has to do is plug his ears and go la 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 la.
Exercise of religion. Freedom
There's
of
a kid
exercise.
minding an adult body. So true.
Can I clarify for Stop First Amendment.
It's like a child.
Right?
He's literally a kid.
Does it state that
So what I don't understand, sir, is what does it have to do with you not stopping
That's
at a
what I'm
stop
getting
sign
to. Are you going to
and
answer
speeding?
my question?
You ain't answering my question.
Driver's license and
If you're
registration.
not going to answer my question, then we're not.
Like, bro, you stuck your hand in the cookie jar. You got cookie crumbs on you. You can't deny that you went in the cookie
What
jar.
you're going to do is turn this from just a simple traffic stop.
So what I'm
Verify
doing is
that
I'm
you have a
asserting my rights as a U.S. citizen and validating that you're not abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So my job here today
So
is to
your job
monitor
here
traffic
today
safety.
is to enforce the law. Is that correct?
Correct, which you violated.
No, because which is the supreme law of the land? Marbury versus Madison. If a law is created that violates a constitutional standard, it is automatically
If only
null
act
and
like a
void.
child was on the
Is that
bingo sheet.
correct? If you have an oath to the Constitution, so that's what I'm getting to. What's the freedom
I don't
of
understand.
So if you don't understand, I'm
roundabout way to
free
get
to
to that.
educate you.
I'm
you
free
gonna
to
listen
educate
Sir,
you.
Pennsylvania
because
versus
you are not
Mims.
listening to
Sir,
me.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that we have the right to ask you out of the car.
You don't have any rights. The First Amendment, separation of church and state.
That's Supreme Court case law.
Retarded?
Just read separation of church and state. What, sir? Would you like to explain why?
There's a special tar. Somebody get him a special hat. Somebody can buy him some Burger King.
We're not even in like sovereign citizen anymore. He's just saying shit.
Separation of church and state.
It's like when a child just starts throwing everything at their parents and they're like, well, what about this, mom? Isn't this true?
I can report you for abuse for making me do my homework.
Also, in reference to the other lady, they said, I gotta find her dispensary because that shit must be off the hook.
Supreme Court case, Marbury versus Madison. If a law is made that violates a constitutional standard, it's automatically null and void.
Sir, you can either give us your license or you have to step out of the vehicle.
It's your choice.
Roll out the window again! Please smash it. Please smash it.
This man, who we now know is Richard Ewart, also goes by the name of Obadiah. He posted his body cam footage on his own YouTube channel. Take a look.
Annoying, isn't it?
I'm here till 10.
Homie thought he had something.
I've already
We found out. We were like, chat, that's not me.
Just let you know.
I am not a
Had it
white
thrown out,
man.
It was dismissed for the same
Yeah.
principle I'm stating with
Yet.
you now.
Okay.
So do you think you have the authority?
You violated vehicle and traffic law.
Which law is that?
1172A.
State law?
New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law.
Who state constitution refers to the U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Is that correct?
We're not doing this, sir.
If you're not doing it, then I'm not.
Smash his window, please.
911.
More.
Break it. Break it.
Break it. Break it.
County, just so you're advised, this driver's calling 911.
He actually called
Yeah,
911.
I don't know where it exactly is. What road am
We're
I
on
on?
Rui
officers?
Road, sir.
Do we?
We're on Rui Road.
Rui? Okay, I'll let
Rui.
the officer
Rui,
explain.
mama.
Calling the cops on the cops and then having to ask the cops, hey, excuse, where are we?
Where are we?
Don't worry, I think it's about to get better because I heard like the
can't make
first
this
part of the
shit up.
sentence he just said.
Can't make this shit up.
Rui? Okay, I'll let the officer explain. Right now I have a couple police officers.
I'll let the officer explain. So I'm calling the police on this guy, and here I'm gonna let the guy explain the situation. He's so fucking dumb, bro.
It just gets worse.
He is so confident in this too.
I'm trying to assert my rights under the Constitution. First Amendment, separation of church of state, which states clearly in the First Amendment that the freedom of exercise of religion, that freedom of exercise,
Is he saying that
if Congress can't pass
state
law,
law is a
then they can't violate
religion?
The Judicial Department can't enforce the law. That's supreme law of the land. I'm asserting that with these officers, they're pulling me over for a traffic violation, which is state law. And on the federal level, they refuse to abide by their oath of office to the Constitution. Now they're acting under the...
Oh, wait. Oath of office. Yeah, there it is. Oath of office. Under I. And you know what? Fuck it. We're throwing a dot on religion or spirituality brought into law. I know it's not technically the same thing, but he is trying to do separation of church and state.
Have we gotten a bingo so far?
No.
People, it's not exclusive to the state. So that said, they don't have any authority nor jurisdiction in this matter. Even if I did go through a stop sign,
Get him a Vtuber model.
that was hurt or injured, which doesn't make it a crime. And since I follow common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments, no murder, no theft, no coveting, no bearing false witness.
Did he say 5 of the 10 commandments?
5 to 10 Oh!
What about the other 5? Do you just not listen to those ones?
He doesn't! This is peak because it's so peak!
I abide by common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments.
Common law is 5 of the 10.
What about the other 5? He's mentioned the 10 commandments a couple times now. I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Especially if he's gonna pull this. I only follow half of them. It's like, I'm not sure that's how God intended it, bro. I'm pretty sure he gave us 10 because there was 10.
That's no adultery. They are currently committing an insurrection. Well, I don't know if I did or not. That's what they're proclaiming, but state law doesn't supersede federal law.
Oh, shoot.
Federal law, First and 10th Amendment, as well as the 9th Amendment apply here, and they're violating the rules of the Constitution, which in turn would make them insurrectionists. Now, I have police officers in my family and what have you. Sure, my name is Richard Ewert. Driver's license, Ewert, E-W-E-R-T. And just for fun, because I don't have any...
Read half the Bible, make up the rest. Whatever the fuck you want.
Asserting my rights at the moment. Do you have an emergency? The emergency is these cops are violating my constitutional rights, and they refuse to leave.
On the way over to speak with you. You can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. But unfortunately, right now, you're tying up an emergency line for somebody that could be in cardiac arrest or having trouble.
Exactly. You're not having...
Well, they did try to say that I have to step out of the vehicle, and they're trying to demand things out of me. They're acting like they have the authority when they're public servant.
On the way there, you can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there, okay?
Alrighty. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
We could have gone a whole different route over this. Other than
exactly, and I just wanted to ask you questions. And I
Eagle
needed
chunky
everything
boy.
to answer.
questions.
It
I
is
was
my
super
job.
cordial to you. I came up to you. All
It
I said
doesn't
is I
make
need
a
to see your
difference.
driver's license.
Again, you're the public servant, right?
Correct. But
so
no
if I
one's-
ask you a question, if you wanted to keep it cordial and everything, you would have answered the question.
Right, but you're not even identifying who you were to me.
I don't have to
You do
identify
though,
you.
when
No,
you're
I don't.
driving.
He just said his name, so technically he's already identified himself, but...
Yeah.
It has nothing to do
Right
with
to travel.
He's already said his name.
Okay.
It's New York State law. This is a traffic stop. Identify yourself.
Wait,
You're gonna be arrested for obstruction.
where are we? Is New York?
Alright.
I don't know where this one is.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
The last one was Ohio.
So if you go and do what you're doing,
I have no idea what fucking state this is.
Could be anywhere.
Doesn't it look like New York?
Chat says New York State.
You have to identify yourself.
New York State.
It's basic when you're 16 years old and you get your license. I'm Lieutenant Swift. It's 203.
He's not old enough to drive. They should call his parents.
Why are you not identifying yourself?
I already did actually on the 911 call. I gave him my driver's license number and everything. But as far as that's concerned, again, you have
Can't be the city. Yeah, it's New York State, not city.
Are you gonna allow me to clarify everything?
Yes.
As the arguments continue to go in circles, the officers have finally had enough.
Because what I'm saying to you right now, because
I would have dragged his ass out of the car already. I wouldn't even let him get to the point where he calls 911.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Do
You know what you're.
Okay, let me clarify this for you because you want to have this kind of argument.
That's a big boy. I mean, he is a big boy.
Of the year? Yes.
Even though the word itself literally means
Sir, I don't know if
so exactly.
Take him out.
You don't know.
Take him out.
I don't know if it's
Take him out.
a mental health issue.
Open the door.
That sounds like you do have one because if you proclaim December to be the 12th month when it literally means the 10th, means you're probably not in your right mind.
Identify yourself to these police officers, please. Right now.
Turn taser.
To these police officers.
So are you doing an insurrection against people?
You're about to be removed from this vehicle. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Let's go. Ready?
Committed assault.
Damn.
No.
This immediately he's on the floor.
Get out of the vehicle. Give you multiple chances to identify yourself.
Now I told you quite often that you're insurrectionists against people.
Insurrection.
Do you have any weapons in the car?
That's another one of those things, like where I said earlier, where they'll say they're like under a fascist state, but then think they can say no you to the fascist state. But you're calling the police officers insurrectionists, and they're like, wait, why are you arresting me? I said you're an insurrectionist. That means you have to stop.
It means you have to stop.
Like, if they're insurrectionists, why do they care?
Exactly.
Like, did you not think this all the way through? Schizo rambling keeps going. What a king.
Get that man a Vtuber model now. Get him into Face Connect.
Not chat, that's right. You stand on your rights, king. You
stand your rights,
on that
kings.
one half of the 10 commandments.
Half of the commandments. Separation of church and state, baby.
Half of it.
Half.
Now you're performing illegal search and seizure.
Illegal search and seizure.
Ewart was charged with obstruction of governmental administration
I'm having
and
an
released
illegal
on an
search and
appearance
seizure right
ticket.
now.
He entered a not guilty plea, and the police contacted Hertz to sort out that whole mess about what to do with the rental car. Now we go to Florida, where 2 residents ended up behind
thank God
bars.
it's Florida.
After law enforcement
I thought
says
you
an early
couldn't
morning
get
traffic
a
stop-
rental car without an ID.
I don't know, maybe the rental place was just really lax. Probably biting them in the ass right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy seems trustworthy. We can let him have it.
We let him
A
have
week
it.
later. So, we took your car in the impound.
Could have had deadly consequences. This
His
dashboard
parents
camera
rented
was
for
used
him.
From December 2022, just a couple weeks before Christmas. A Florida state trooper stopped this older model truck.
Also, real quick, you know what's really funny? He was talking about the 10 Commandments, but he was talking about the Bill of Rights. Do you think he got him confused? I don't think he did, because at one point he says he's explaining to the operator which of the 5 10 Commandments he abides by, and one of them included no adultery.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he was talking about the actual 10 Commandments.
Truck, which doesn't have a license plate. He approaches the truck on the passenger side to talk to the driver, but driver seemingly won't roll down the window. It is hard to hear some of the responses from the driver, identified as Samuel Doolin, but we are able to follow along based on what the trooper is saying.
Okay, open the door.
The door.
Open the door.
The door.
What's that? I noticed you don't have a tag on your vehicle.
State, do you think? Didn't they say
if I need to
Florida?
talk to you, I'm going to open the door.
This is Florida.
Yeah.
All right. How is that illegal? How is that? Please tell me how that's illegal. I don't see a tag on your vehicle, like I said. What's that? How do I know that? That's why I'm stopping you to ask you about the vehicle.
Beep.
That just means the vehicle can go under 25 miles an hour. Okay, do you have your ID on you?
They continue to
Florida
argue
man on
over
Florida man
identification
violence.
until the trooper eventually goes over to check the truck's VIN.
Well, this can go very smoothly. You could have been out of here by now if you just showed me your ID.
Built like a triangle.
Okay, so then what's the issue?
Hey, Zim.
Okay.
Smash the window.
1 second.
Please drive off. Please drive off. Please drive off.
Run away. Run away.
Way.
Nope. Is your VIN number up here? Okay. Can you please move your stuff?
The trooper later reported that he'd spotted a handgun inside the truck within the driver's reach, so he went back to his patrol car to wait for backup.
What's up? Let's talk back here. I don't know what the squirrel's gonna do. Alright, so obviously there's no tag on it, right? So I stopped to question him. I go on this side, because that's where I do my stops. And he didn't roll the window down and did this. It's like, no.
Please let this man drive off. Please, it would be so funny.
Like what you just did was illegal.
Hi, spicy reading cat.
Hello.
I told him what was, they didn't have a tag attached to the car, right? He's like, well, it's a farm vehicle. You don't see the stick, the triangle?
It's a really nasty looking truck, by the way.
Okay, well, let me
So gross. Please wash your car.
I'm going to give it to you, and I can see a signal drill sitting in the console. Alright, so. Okay. That's cool. Alright, so we're going to jerk him out of the vehicle.
Yes!
Yeah, he's not complying. We're going to get him out of the vehicle.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office also responded and started blasting out commands through a megaphone.
Drive off! Drive off!
If you can roll down your window, roll down your window. If not, keep your hands right
Imagine living right here.
You just hear it next door, just this screaming.
Get out of your vehicle.
Driver, keep your right hand through the window. With your left hand, open the door.
While Doolin did put his hands up as asked, he still refused to exit the vehicle, and that is when, as you can imagine, things escalated.
I would never have imagined. He seems like such a rational man.
Yeah, very rational. Yeah, smash the windows! Yeah! Hell yeah, brother! Look at how many officers they got right now.
Not enough.
Is he just screaming right now?
Yes.
Open the door, go, car.
Open the door! Window status. Smash! Smash, smash, smash! Got 10 cops just to rush him. Female cop looking fine, damn!
You be thick though.
Damn, she's thick! Ah! Can I get arrested by her? Yeah, maybe I should become a sovereign citizen. I want to find her.
This is why they're trying to get arrested.
He opened my door.
Hoping that the officer has a thick dumpy.
None of the sheriff's department talked to me.
Calm down.
I am.
Yeah, the car. This is the truck.
Why is the sheriff's department doing what a state trooper told him without talking? You did not even talk. Neither did the state trooper. Came out belligerent, opened the window.
Open the window.
You now shameless stuff.
I gave you an order to come out of the vehicle.
That is illegal order. It was not a lawful order.
The dash cam doesn't lie. The trooper and Doolin went back and forth about ID several times. Doolin asked to be put in a deputy's car instead of a trooper's, reportedly because of his belief that since the sheriff is elected, he's an acceptable authority figure.
You're gonna...
I mean, fair play, I guess.
Mm.
No, he is not lawful. He's not lawfully going to arrest me. I will take the sheriff's department.
They're back there.
Understood?
Bless that female officer with the thickest dumpy. Oh my god.
Nope, it's not how it works. You don't get a choice.
I know I don't get a choice. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, everything you're doing is illegal. It's not even illegal, it's unprofessional. Man ain't even talking. Yep.
You also notice that Doolin's girlfriend at the time was also pulled from the car, though in a much calmer
He had a
way.
girl in there?
When it comes time for her to be led away, Doolin gets protective.
Hey, can we do something at least? Be polite to the lady, she wasn't being belligerent. Yes, but she's not going to be
Good.
arrested.
Easy next question.
Hey, talk to me. I know that's your job. You're just trying to do your job.
They're all kind of packing in the cake department. Yeah. A lot of officers got nice butts.
Dama.
Hey.
She's being detained right now.
Just stating facts.
Facts, no printer.
Facts, no printer. Period, no sentence.
I thought this was gonna be a nice.
What the fuck does that mean?
You refused
I'm just saying whatever, chat.
He said, yes, protect against you. I said, okay, we need to come out of the car. You refused to do it, so.
Some women just say shit.
So I just stay back here.
Well, as the sun starts to come up, law enforcement searched Doolin's truck, finding 5 firearms, among them with a Glock
Damn, he
9
was
mm,
packing.
which had been altered from
Not in
semi-automatic
Kate.
to fully automatic, and a rifle also altered to be an automatic weapon. The rifle's
Ooh,
barrel
that's
was
gonna get you
also
in
2
trouble.
inches shorter than is allowed by law. During a news conference the next day, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd answered questions about the arrests.
My
He
man
had
Grady.
his girlfriend with him. She got to be a part of this and even got some charges as a result. She's Tiffany Beam.
She got to be
So
a
now
part
you
of
got
this.
Samuel Doolin and Tiffany Beam in the vehicle. We break the back window out of the pickup truck.
Polk County, that's why he
still
was fucked.
refuses to
Yep,
get out
don't
of the
fuck with Polk
vehicle.
County.
We immediately tased him, and once the taser struck him, he became more
Oh,
compliant.
he was tased. I didn't
We
see
pulled
it.
him out of the
Aw.
vehicle and arrested him. Here's what we learned. He wouldn't identify himself. He wouldn't get out of the vehicle. We saw a handgun. And when we asked him about
He
all
might
this,
be an
he
officer.
said, well, you know,
He does have a nice dump.
I'm kind of a sovereign, and I don't recognize state law enforcement. They have no authority over me. This was an illegal stop. Only the elected sheriff has authority, law enforcement authority. Well, he learned before the day was over that he was right. The sheriff's office does have authority, and we appropriately charged him. But he also learned the state troopers have authority as well because they charged him as well. We took him into custody. Tiffany immediately lost interest in wanting
This
to
is the sheriff that was
resist
recommending
any
shooting
further.
home intruders a
So
while
she
ago.
was simply arrested
I am
and taken
unsure.
into custody for resisting.
I know he
He
catches a
says
lot of
he's
predators,
has
though.
sovereign tendencies.
Who
And
catches a lot of predators?
today he has
Grady Judd,
jailhouse
the guy
tendencies,
talking.
You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
So that's our Christmas present to him. Early present. When you don't obey the law, we're going to lock you up.
Great speaker.
Merry Christmas.
The sheriff
Merry
revealed that
Christmas.
Doolin is the brother of Joshua Doolin, a Florida man sentenced to 18 months in prison for his role in the January 6 riots on Capitol
Damn.
Hill. He also says Doolin told investigators he had been an Army Ranger who was dismissed from the military because he refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Sheriff says while Doolin put up his hands and never reached for his weapon, his possession of the illegally altered firearms was concerning.
Is he picked up several felony criminal charges. What we know is he was not a felon before. He wasn't or he didn't have any criminal record before. So he managed to go from ostensibly a law-abiding citizen to picking up a lot of serious felony charges that he's now facing over simply not having a tag on his truck. Now, come on, man.
Skill issue.
It doesn't take rocket science to figure out in the state of Florida when everybody else has got a
They don't
tag on
believe
the
in
car,
state law.
you got to have one too. And if you don't, then we're going to cite you and take the appropriate action. And as a result, he chose to do it the hard way. We can do it the easy way, or we can
You
do
could do it the hard way. The
state of
choice is
Florida
yours.
determined you have to have a tag to operate your vehicle on public property. He ignored the law. He went to jail.
You do
Sheriff
the
Judd
easy way, or
mentioned
we
that
can do
Doolin's
it the
fiancée,
hard way.
Tiffany Beam was
Choice
also
is yours.
charged back in December of 2022. In May 2023, Beam, who had been assigned public defenders to represent her, filed a notice of change to counsel. She wrote that Doolin would be representing her because she did not think the appointed lawyers had, quote, the adequate time and mindset to properly represent her. Doolin signed that document pro se litigant. Doolin admitted to investigators that he created, signed, and filed the documents in question because her lawyers weren't doing their jobs. He also admitted he is not a licensed attorney in the state of Florida. Prosecutors dropped
who would've
charges
guessed
against
that one?
Beam
Who
in
would've
November
guessed?
2023. As for Doolin, in January of 2024, he entered a no-contest plea to 2 counts of possession of a short-barreled gun, rifle, or machine gun, and he was sentenced to 1 year in prison. Next up, we're staying in Florida, but heading down to the Panhandle in Santa Rosa County. It's June 2022. And that is where deputies stopped this
Choice is
driver after
yours.
allegedly punched a man in a McDonald's drive-thru because the
Damn.
man didn't know how to drive.
Hey, how are you, man? Hey, I'm definitely with the sheriff's
I don't
office.
understand.
Were you
No,
guys
it
just
is
involved in
black?
an altercation,
Aw.
maybe a road rage incident with somebody?
This is the one I was waiting for.
Okay,
Oh.
all right. Would you want to step out with me real quick? Just talk to me so I can...
This is the one I was hoping was Moorish. Like, it
Yeah.
ended up being the girl at the start was Moorish, but this was the guy because he has the hat. And if this one's Moorish, I think I can get bingo off the Moorish citizen has a cool hat.
McDonald's has become Waffle House.
get your side of the story?
But I can talk to you right here.
No, I'm asking you to step out, okay? So you can step out or I can help you out. It's your choice.
Listen, you don't have the right to put your hands on me. I'm talking to you.
Nobody's gonna put
I'm-
their
You're not even being
I'm
touched.
talking.
Okay, and I'm asking you to step out so I can talk to
I'm
you.
not going to step out of my vehicle for what?
Do you have your ID, sir?
I sure do.
Okay, let me see it, please.
Let me get my video going.
Okay, get your video going. So you want to tell me what's going on then?
I was turning coming from the beach.
What was that?
We both said at the same time. The fuck was that?
What is that?
What gang sign did he just do?
It's so funny. Like, you see him just holding his head, and then out of nowhere, it's just.
Oh no.
Oh no, Dama disappeared.
Oh no, what happened? Hold on. Why did it get disconnected?
Oh no, it says connecting to Steam servers failed.
Oh no.
I might have to start VTube Studio. It might have exploded.
Use the easy
Don't worry,
way, we
chat.
could do it
VTube
the
Studio will
hard
be back
way.
up in a moment.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours.
Library, VTube Studio. No idea why VTube Studio exploded.
It just exploded.
Ah, like my ex.
You got some context for that, you said?
No,
No.
it's back hosted again.
It keeps disconnecting me. Hold on. Maybe I need to
I just
close
put it back
VTube
up.
Studio. Yeah, well, I just I just connected. It said join failed, and then just didn't want to do anything.
Steam failed.
now.
Gabe tripped the wire again. Don't you dare be mean to Lord Gavin. He is our one and only true savior in the gaming industry. Italians talk with their hands. This guy apparently thinks with his hands.
Literally.
You know, in fairness, at least this time we caught it when it exploded and not like 20 minutes later.
True.
When everybody starts saying in chat, like, hey guys, why is there nobody here? Alright, don't forget chat, if you're over on Twitch, you can activate the boo balloons if you would like. Or if you don't like the boo balloons, you can pop them.
Like I do. I pop them. All the time.
Welcome back, mommy.
Wow. My bad.
I was turning coming from the beach. I was getting over in the left lane. This speeds around me and cusses at me. So I come over here to McDonald's and I tell him, I said, look, you were behind me. You were following me. So that means you need to wait to see what I'm going to do before you try to speed around me. He got in the far left lane, so I got in the far left lane behind him. And I came over and I asked him, I said, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? And he started.
Okay.
Just that simple.
Okay.
So
he was behind me.
Because he's cussing at you, you punched him in the mouth.
And I'm going to tell you why. It's because from here forward, y'all going to learn to respect what we are on Earth. That was uncalled for. I was in front of him.
Respect what we are.
Wherever I go, if he's behind me,
Wizard, who are you?
I decide where I'm going to go. I was getting in the lane, the only left
Is he
lane that was
the
open.
head wizard in charge?
To get to the far left lane, that lane.
King of the Wizards.
All these damn wizards.
King of the Wizards, head wizard in charge?
I was like, okay. Came over here to the lot and I asked him, I said, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? And I said, you're going to look.
Where was he standing when you punched him? Was he like at your window?
He was sitting in his car right here. I walked over to the car and I asked him, I said, look, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? You were behind me and you had to wait until I moved, and whatever I did, you decide what you're going to do after that. You started cussing. He said, well, you need to learn how to drive. I said, well, you're gonna learn how to respect what I am on Earth and what I stand for.
But what are
right
you?
Now, y'all better
Because,
stop
you know,
messing with
I
us.
could come
Y'all
up
better
with
stop messing
multiple
with us.
answers.
That guy, he got judged today. And if you knew who I was,
He got judged today.
I got judged today.
Oh, this guy, I feel like this guy's gonna be crazy.
I hope he gets tased.
He just admitted to assault. Yeah, no, 100%. He just fucked his whole case, like, instantly.
He's gonna get arrested, man.
He's like, so did you punch him in the face? He's like, yeah, I did. Because he cussed at me. Like, okay, buddy.
you would know why he got judged. And if you knew that he was into before this incident,
If you knew the shit he was into.
Somebody out with him over there?
Everything happens for a reason. And y'all
Everything happens for a reason.
Personal business, because all that does is just create more situations where people don't have to take responsibility for the
And the entrepreneur.
You understand when you make contact with somebody, it's considered a battery. So we got the call, so we have to investigate it. And that's what we're here to do.
Look, he verbally abused me, so that's battery.
Okay. Would you write a statement on saying what happened?
Listen, I'm not getting involved with y'all. We handle that ourselves. We're too grown men. We don't need to be policed. We don't need to be controlled. We are not in preschool. We're too grown men.
We're not in preschool.
I handle my business like I was supposed to.
I appreciate your opinion on the matter, but he has a different opinion.
Okay,
As a man, he can have that.
and whatever his opinion is, if he wants to write down stuff for y'all, then he can. I don't have to do that. I'm not getting involved with y'all. I'm telling you what you want to know. I'm cooperating with you.
This guy
I'm not
sucks.
getting out of my car.
You got some sass in him.
All I had to do was deal
He's
with
making
him.
us look bad.
I dealt with it.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? Normally, with sovereign citizens, I can find them, like they're pretty harmful overall, right? Because they tie up the system.
Yeah.
But that's more of like a long game kind of thing. In the immediate, all they really do is kind of like get on police officers' nerves. I'm kind of okay with that. A little bit. This guy's just going around, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna assault the shit out of people, and if I do, they deserved it because they are getting judged.
They're being judged.
This is the guy that unironically I would be afraid would kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like just and he would be perfectly fine
He'd
doing
be
it.
fine with it, yeah.
Yeah. He would not lose sleep at night. He'd be like, yeah, he got judged today. I sent him to God. Like, yeah, no, you belong under the prison. Because I genuinely think you are in active danger to people.
Yep.
and that's it.
Deputies find out later that the man's name is Darrell Reynolds, but he doesn't plan on telling them that right now.
It's
or
always a
really
Reynolds.
seemingly cooperating in any way.
I'm camping. My son and I retired, and we came down here for peace.
Please don't tell me he has a son with him.
What branch of the military?
Navy.
Navy? Well, thank you for your service.
Sir, I doubt you, sir. I really doubt
I
that.
ran a business, I ran several businesses, 16 years.
Okay.
He's definitely gay.
I had a commercial cleaning business and a landscape and lawn care business.
Okay.
Because he was in the Navy.
This is the type of that I'm doing.
The Navy.
I got nothing against your spiritual journey, man.
I deal with all this stuff. I dealt with the problem. I already fixed that. If
No,
ain't
you
man
didn't.
enough
You
to
just
do that for
assaulted a
yourself,
random ass dude.
Okay.
At a McDonald's.
if he wants to run around cussing at people,
Always at
being mad at
McDonald's.
people because he can't, that little baby can't have his way, then he gets what he is. Period.
Okay, well, that's not always the way the law sees it, though. You understand that, right?
And let me tell you something about your law. If you go back
How
to
about
National
your
study
law?
None of these laws.
You allegedly joined the Navy to serve for us.
Already expired. In 20 years from 1776. And furthermore, how are we as citizens on land operating in maritime law?
Okay, all right, well, let me go ahead and you step out the vehicle for me.
I'm not getting out of my
What's your
vehicle.
name, sir?
What did I do?
Can I get your name?
I gave you my ID. He's got my
Hey,
ID.
this is what we're going to do. We're going to get you out of the car. We're going to talk to them, get his side of the story. But
Why do I got to get out of my car to talk to him? Is he out? Look, I'm not going to because you guys are going too far with this.
No,
You're going too far. I am not doing
Going
this.
too far.
I'm trying to be cordial. We're trying to expect you to be cordial.
What you want to do is control me. I'm not going to let you do that.
Listen,
I'm going to sit right here. I am talking to both of you like you
are,
want me
yes,
to.
sir.
He
In the state
verbally
of
abused
Florida,
me.
that's against the law.
Okay, it's against my law for me to be talked to like he talked to me.
I understand.
In my law.
Which trumps all this mess that y'all got going on here.
My law
So,
says you can't
I
talk to
said,
me like
You
that.
don't have no jurisdiction over me. You are on my earth. And if I decide to do something about it, I can right now. Look, when you look at this, you need to understand what this is. And you need to understand who
Yeah,
I
well,
am.
my law says I can strike down people with lightning at any minor inconvenience.
I wish I could do that. Can you
Me
teach me?
too. Hell yeah. We gonna strike wizards with lightning.
Why do I have to get out of my vehicle? I'm not, if I'm in my vehicle, you safe, I'm safe, everybody's safe.
If I'm in my vehicle, no, you're not safe in a vehicle. Vehicles can
You
be
just got out
considered
of your vehicle to
weapons.
beat the shit out of somebody like
Vehi-
5 minutes ago.
And there's such thing as vehicular manslaughter.
This is completely cordial. Everything's being good, okay? He's fine.
Why won't y'all
Wee,
go
wee, wee, wee.
But there's no reason. We're trying to get you out. We're not going to let him get
Why
in.
do I need to get out? If I'm not under arrest, why do I need to get out?
Because there's a possibility of you being under arrest.
Why do y'all have to arrest me?
For committing battery. So, but we have to investigate that. And you doing the way you're doing it is making it more difficult for us. More difficult for me. It's more difficult for your son. You're here on vacation. We're trying to work our way through it.
This guy has all the screws loose.
There's no listening. Just be cordial.
And he's definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed.
One thing I want y'all to understand is, I'm not going to jail over some of that pet. If two men in the street can't handle their business, if he's big enough to run his mouth to anybody he runs into and can just say whatever he wants to say out of his mouth, there's consequences for that. Okay? He suffered the consequences.
He deserved
If y'all
it.
get in the way of his judgment, you bring it on yourself. And I'll get out, but I'm telling you,
Thank you, I
what
appreciate
you're doing is bringing it on yourself because you're getting involved in.
Now, Reynolds agrees to get out of the car, but bristles when the deputies try to arrest him. His son Cameron even gets involved, and the deputies threaten to tase him.
Look, you don't have to do all of that.
Pull away from me.
Son's there?
This is why y'all. This is why.
Threaten to tase him, just tase him.
Back up.
I thought the son was a little baby. That's a grown ass man.
Go ahead and tase him. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back.
You gonna do, boy?
Don't you tense up on me or we're going to the ground. Do you understand?
We can do this the easy way, we can do it the hard way. Choice is yours.
Yours.
Y'all just messed up for yourselves. I didn't touch either one of y'all.
Listen, we gave you the opportunity to go nice and peacefully. You want to resist, you want to pull away, this is what happened.
I did not pull away from you.
You absolutely did. Now you're catching an additional charge. You're going to be placed under arrest for battery day as well as resist officer. Do you understand that?
People are always crazy.
And these are the types of people that reproduce.
True.
Go ahead and search him. For what? I don't have any pockets. You're going to jail.
You're going to jail, boy.
So you're getting searched.
I thought he was shirtless. I also thought the first guy was shirtless.
I don't have pockets. Doesn't matter. It clearly does. Stand up against the car. Don't move. Or what?
Don't you move, boy.
Or what? I'm genuinely asking. Or what?
I'm genuinely asking.
Have a seat. When it comes to your soul, I hope you know it's mine. Okay, great. Fantastic.
What did he say?
Searching is wrong. Like I said, I smell weed in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely smell it. I just can't believe he just, we were trying to be, I tried to talk him out of it, you see? I tried.
You're hella patient, man.
Yeah. Well, you
don't want him to step out, boys, yet.
Yeah.
You got knives all in there. You got knives all in here. Hey, Sarge, I'm gonna check his. Just make sure they're all double locked up, and he says one of them's too tight, so you wouldn't mind. All right, thank you, I appreciate you. Just around to me. Let me double check it for you. All right, which one's tight one you said? This one? All right. I'm gonna let it come back a couple clicks. Is that better? All right. And let me double check this one. How's that one for you? Is that one all right? Okay. Okay. All right, hold tight me 1 second, all right? Is that better? Okay.
He wasn't getting out of the car, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't going by our laws. Like I was...
He's sovereign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You want to put Junior in here with me? Yep.
How about go ahead and set that one?
Where are they going? They were going to Las Vegas Trail.
All right, you already search him down?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to check him in the room. Anyways, poke, stick, and stab me? Anything sharp? Going to poke, stick, and stab me? No. All right. We'll walk over here to the driver's side of the car, okay? How tall are you, my man?
6'3", damn!
6'6". I'm 6'2". All right, slide on in for me right there, okay? I know it's going to be a tight fit because you're taller. I apologize for the fit. I know it's not cozy. All right, seatbelt's optional. You want a seatbelt or no? How about you, sir? Seatbelt or no? Okay, all right. Sit tight with me. All right. They're going on a spiritual journey.
With Reynolds
Spiritual
in
journey.
custody, another deputy checks in with the victim.
What's up, man?
I was turning in to go get something. I went to go turn off the bridge to take a right.
Right.
This guy cut me off. I tried to go around him, get away from him. He followed me here. I turned in here. Used my blinkers the whole time. And I noticed he was using his blinkers the whole time. He followed me. I went through the drive-thru.
This guy's so crazy that the scene could come out of a GTA RP. True.
So I'm going to teach you
58.
some manners, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to get you.
I'm gonna get you.
And proceed to get out of his vehicle and just...
Did you ever get out of your car? Okay.
My seatbelt on.
Okay, you got your ID on you? Do you want to pursue charges on him? For battery?
Find him.
Oh, we've got him.
Yeah, I want... You can't do this to people.
Now, it seems that because the witness said Reynolds reached into the car to punch him, Reynolds was charged with burglary with battery, as well as resisting an officer without violence. He was released on bond, but he got in trouble with Florida Fish and Wildlife officers because he apparently, him and his son, were using a local campground as a home, overstaying the 7-day maximum. After his court appearance on that citation, he was required to stay in contact with the bond agency if he was going to remain free, but apparently he didn't. So the judge revoked his bond. He reportedly has been locked up since February of 2023.
That's wild.
Slowly working his way towards trial. We're going to end this in Eustis, Florida, near the middle of the state. It's December 2022, and an officer has pulled over a truck at a Dollar General.
Hi. I'm sorry.
It's always the fucking Dollar Trees, the dollar stores, Dollar General. It's always the dollars fucking places.
I'm sorry. I just took my seatbelt off.
You didn't have her on.
Yes, I did.
I...
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You're gonna have to. I just took it off. I wear my seatbelt. Actually, I yell at everybody for not wearing their seatbelt.
Outstanding. Do you have your license on you, ma'am?
Outstanding. You got your license?
We're not from here.
I know you guys from Michigan. I saw the tag.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Passport.
I'll give you my passport.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever you got.
But I'm not doing this traffic thing. I'm in Homeland Security school, bro.
Okay.
What?
I'm not gonna mess up your career, so. Do you have your passport on
What?
you or some sort of ID?
I left it at the house. It's not even on.
Apparently she's in Homeland Security.
How do you have a passport but not a driver's license?
Do you have
I'm on my way to church right now.
Okay.
You're at the Dollar General.
I took my
I'm at church right now.
No, on my way to church.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Do you actually have a DL?
What do you mean? I don't need a driver's license in America, actually. Just to be
Oh,
honest, I
boy.
don't.
Okay, there we go.
Here we go.
Got. Oh.
I've already won this in court.
Fantastic.
No, you haven't. You were lying.
31.
They always say that.
Let me verify it.
Another cop let me off. I already won in court.
I'm sorry?
This isn't Michigan. It's not coming back.
This is my jurisdiction, actually, yes.
They just lie and lie and lie.
They just lie and lie and
What seemed
lie.
like a basic traffic stop starts to become a little more complicated.
What's your first name, ma'am? Ma'am, what's your first name?
What?
Your first name?
But I'm trying to figure out what crime I committed for you to ask me that.
Not wearing your seatbelt, ma'am.
That's not a crime. That's
It's a traffic violation, ma'am.
It's actually a civil infraction.
Which I can pull you over for, yes.
No, I was wearing my seatbelt though. We're having a dispute here. I was wearing it, and you're saying
We're having a dispute here. So here.
You can't tell me I was not wearing.
I want one of these people to be like, well, where's your seatbelt, officer?
I'm going to verify everything.
You don't look like you're wearing one right now.
I want them to do that.
That was my whole plan.
You're like, well, where's
Just to
your
be honest with
seatbelt,
you, not to get into
officer?
a long, drawn-out argument about whatever. This is not to be a pissing match, to piss you off, to be mean, to be evil, all that good stuff.
It's a thing, Dama.
I'm going to be as chill as
I've
possible.
never heard that term.
There's no need to be, like, mad today.
The driver continues to insist she was buckled up the entire time.
I definitely 100% under God's.
Papa's a cruel Superman watch. He does have Superman on his watch.
Listen to me.
What a guy.
My game
What a
plan is very
Chad.
simple. I'm just going to verify that you have a license or whatever that says you can drive in the state of the United States. Once that's clean and valid, I'm out of here. That is my plan. This is not... Morning, Mom. How you doing? Can you give me like 1 minute?
God's eyes, God blind.
Give me 1 minute, Mama.
Mama.
What's your first name, Mama?
It's Dixie.
Dixie. Miss
Dixie.
You got a middle name, Miss Dixie?
I don't.
Okay. What's your last name?
Williams.
Miss Williams.
Of course, it's
Okay,
fucking
and your
Dixie
birthday?
Williams.
Dixie.
It's in August. Wow, I cannot wait to tell my professor this.
Okay, and the year?
We have to do all this over traffic.
Yeah, because I don't have her DL or
I don't
a
need
passport.
DL, but I just told you
You
that
need an
I won it in the
identification,
Supreme
though.
Court.
Right.
I don't have to have a I don't have to
To
have an
verify your identity, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, whatever you say, but I need. What's your date of birth?
Okay, so this is Dixie Williams, and Miss Williams hands the officer a prescription bottle, which she says can help prove her identity. After finally getting the information,
Okay.
the officer searches for more details about Williams, her passenger, and
Wait,
the truck.
did that bottle say
Your
Planned
license suspended.
Parenthood?
Yeah. Out of Florida.
Did what?
Cancel.
Said
whatever you
Planned
wanna call it.
Parenthood.
When you sign an affidavit of cancellation, that means you're canceling your contract with the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Can't find you, and we can't even find the truck. It's like it's
Ground
not even
flower?
registered. So I'm gonna run the
No
VIN real
idea.
quick. Yeah. I mean, we have access.
From
We have access
1900 miles away.
We have access in the database of all the states, but I'm gonna run the VIN and see what we get. That's where we're at.
Another officer on scene has an idea about what might be going on here.
I think you're right, man. I think this might be sovereign citizens, homie. They are.
I love a sob sit.
All day. Miss Dixie.
Those are kind of caked up. Damn.
Apparently they're all kind of
Yeah,
kicked
we're
up
not
lately.
finding it at all.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
They
They're
feeding
on
these
the
officers?
system.
Okay.
What's the definition? Hold on, do you have my driver, or do you have my...
We have your passport, ma'am.
But my passport ID.
We have his.
Did it fall out of there? Because it's
Yeah, dumb. What I do?
And what is this guy talking about? A passport isn't an identification.
His formal identification is not a form for a license to operate a motor vehicle.
Yeah, but we're not a resident of the state of Florida.
You still have to have a license to operate a vehicle in the state of Florida.
Okay.
As the officer wearing the body cam stays at the truck to talk to William's husband, you can overhear Williams becoming heated with one of the other cops on scene.
Might have to get arrested by a lady cop.
Okay, first of all, that would be like calling somebody black the N-word. Yes, it is. It is very good.
Dama, she pulled an N-word card.
She did? Back it up. I want to hear.
She didn't say an N-word, but she pulled the N-word card.
Damn it.
Stays at the truck to talk to William's husband. You can overhear Williams becoming heated with one of the other cops on scene.
All states that when you're passing through, that's what it states on the map. Okay, first of all, that would be like calling somebody black the N-word. Yes, it is.
That would be like calling someone black the N-word.
He asked if she was a sovereign citizen.
How dare you ask if I'm a sovereign citizen? That's like me calling you an N-word because you're black.
She's immediately coping so hard. Lady, take the L.
Take the
Move
L.
on. Oh, it's so funny.
She got the whole bakery. Who? The fucking lady? She's not my type of baker.
Same.
As Williams is put in cuffs, she calls for an OIC, or officer in charge.
She wants the head wizard in charge. They always have attorneys, but not a driver's license.
Hi.
Oh, okay, then I need the captain. I need the colonel. Cody.
She's just saying random words at this point.
I'm the OIC.
Okay, that's the law. You're hurting me.
I know.
Stop!
We gave you our passports from a
She wants the grand wizard.
Here's where we're at, Cody. The truck's not registered.
Cody!
The tag's expired. Okay. Where did you buy the truck?
He's an attorney.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Cody, can you get my
What do you mean you don't know?
almost a year ago or something, maybe.
Where'd you buy the truck? I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
A place? I don't know. Where'd you buy your truck?
Oh.
I'm listening. I'm being cool with you.
We're not.
You are out of control, sir. You are
Out of control.
your power. No, I am not.
You're abusing your power.
That's what the
We have property all over. We've been through this before.
No, I'm not. Cody?
West Palm Beach.
Cody?
I hope you heard me. I have a baby in my stomach. Do not touch me.
She's pregnant?
Big deal.
I like how chill the dude is right now, though.
Okay.
Like he's
Bro
wrong,
is
but he's
so chill. He's not even caring.
Okay. I'm not resisting anything. You did that.
Thanks, guys.
Why are you guys being so aggressive?
All right. My guys are not being aggressive. Your wife is taking things up a notch.
Your wife
unfortunately.
sucks.
But and this is where we're coming from. Okay.
Okay. So
She does not have
let
a.
her calm down.
Yeah, she'll calm down in a minute. She doesn't have a driver's
She
license.
ate a baby.
Okay.
Oh god.
But she's
There's
not driving right.
No, she was driving. That's what I'm saying. I saw her drive.
I'm telling you, we're not driving. We're traveling.
Okay, you're traveling, whatever you want to call it, but she does not have a valid driver's license.
We're not driving. We're traveling.
37.
Okay, I'm 36. The issue is that you just don't know the definition, okay, of the words. Driving is for commercial purposes. You're traveling. Now in court, no matter how much you guys believe your own beliefs, the words, the definition of the words have meaning. When you know this, you can report.
This doesn't hit as hard as that one guy being like, separation of church and state.
They dismiss it. But you guys go through this
That was great.
lawsuits and everything else. And for what reason?
The OIC, officer in charge, asked the passenger about the
State
couple's
law
beliefs.
is a religion, and I don't have to follow it.
Are you guys like sovereign citizens?
No, of course not.
No, of course not.
Stand up for, our rights.
Okay, and I'm totally fine with that. I respect that by all means.
Them when
I
they
don't mean
lie.
to, insult you by asking that question. But the certain language that was being used, it kind of had me like a little concerned.
Okay, explain to me the language.
Okay, that you guys don't recognize jurisdiction, you guys are traveling, things like that.
Recognize jurisdiction. I know the three branches of government.
Which everybody should.
Executive branch and legislative branch and judicial branch.
Yeah.
I get them.
Well, listen, man. Like I said, I don't know.
I know all three branches of government.
I know all three branches, okay, but that
If this
doesn't
was an old beat-up truck that was
mean anything
sitting
right
around, it should have been
now.
registered. That's the problem. It's not registered. That's the big problem. Okay.
I own the truck.
I know. You own.
I own the truck, I
I'm
bought
telling
it in
you right now,
cash.
and this
Yeah,
tag
but you
was
didn't
run
register it
nationwide. The VIN
state.
was ran nationwide, and it's showing.
So legit.
But it's not registered. It's not even up to date. That's nationwide.
Dude, we live in Maine the majority of the time.
Okay.
We're just traveling.
Okay. We're just traveling
Well,
in my
Down the
private
road. I'm from
property.
Florida. I'm from Washington State originally.
Okay.
You know
But
what I mean?
if you guys are traveling, but you guys gotta have a driver's license.
No, dude,
You can have a passport and stuff for ID purposes.
in Florida. Yeah, it is for ID purposes.
For ID purposes, but for driving a motorized vehicle in the states, you need a traveling. You need a driver's license.
You do not need a driver's license to travel.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. If there's already all this case law that's on it.
Same song and dance, man.
Okay. Well,
The only reason the lower court has to keep going through this is because you guys don't the words.
okay. Hear me out.
And so we're battling over what a belief system is. You believe we're driving, and we're telling you we're not.
Oh, they're gonna pull the
That's
religion
where the
thing.
issue comes in. And it's like every time we stand up for our rights or something, you guys get on, this high horse, authoritarian high horse, and we're like, well, you're driving, you're this, and then we got to go to court, and we tell the judge, and the judge is like, okay, they're traveling. It's like, why do we have to go?
A judge has never in their life told you that,
And the
and
officer
you know it.
has more bad news for them.
That being said, unfortunately, the truck has to get towed.
What do you mean?
It's not registered. It's not even up to date on the registration, the tag.
Yeah, it's an old truck, but it doesn't,
But you still have to.
No.
But if you're traveling, you have to have the registration up to date. You can't be driving on expired tags. In the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles for every state. You don't contract with them.
Why would I?
Tell her to get here now.
Williams was arrested and charged with not having a valid driver's license, not having any vehicle registration, attaching a fake plate to the truck, resisting law
You need a
enforcement
Lumi
without
license
violence,
if you
and
travel
refusing
on
to sign a
foot.
summons. Then in May of 2023, Williams wanted her attorneys dismissed so she could represent herself. She then filed a motion for her case overall to be dismissed. That was denied. The court ordered a competency hearing. In January of 2024, Williams was accused of taking her two biological children from their foster home in Sorrento, Florida. After an Amber Alert, Williams and the two girls, they were found safe in Louisiana, but this mother now faces a kidnapping charge. Troopers in Louisiana say she still
Was she
wasn't
traveling
wearing
then
her
too?
seatbelt. So that's a good sampling of some sovereign citizens' arrests. But if you like to see
Well, that's about how I expected hers to end, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kidnapped children. Okay, yeah, no, that's,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
that's about what I expected. Well, chat, I hope you guys had a fun day watching some Sovereign Citizens. I wish we got to see a taser.
Me too.
never get
We
the
were
taser.
so close.
There was like 20 cops in the way. We didn't get to see the taser.
We're so close to getting.
She came off so
tased.
crazy they held a competency hearing. Yeah. You need a Lumi license to travel on foot. Who teaches these people this? Oh, there's different scam artists online. Some of them are scam artists. Some of them actually believe they're bullshit.
Hmm.
That try and teach people how to be sovereign citizens.
Yep.
They're very, very crazy people.
Very deluded.
But yeah, no, they're actually people teaching people to do this.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys all had a fun little afternoon with us. Didn't get a
Yeah.
bingo, didn't get a taser, and didn't get a window break. But you know,
Technically, we did. They did smash windows for the truck.
Oh yeah, fair. We did get the truck. Yeah, we got a little bit there, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I hope you all have a good night, good evening. I'm gonna send you all to Amalgamate because Amalgamate's always really nice about rating me, so I need to return the favor. But night, everybody. You guys have a good one.
Good night.
I think that was fun.
It was fun. So close to a taser. Ugh. Upsetting.
There's 20 cops in the way, unfortunately.
20 cops, no taser. I raid Akko. Since Akko be
Fair
live.
play. I know Akko's doing her thing.
Yeah.
But bye, Domers. Love you. We'll see you later.
Bye. Love you too.
You have a good one.
You too. There we go. Alrighty. That was fun. Oh, I need to order food. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna raid out to Akko. Not always hungry, but it is dinner time. I'm gonna order my food. I already put it in a cart. I could have schedule ordered, but it's whatever. Gonna order me some quesadillas. Some quesadillas. Quesadilla. Order me some too. I'll leave you leftovers in a very special place for you, Castle. You can have special types of leftovers. Oh, pain. Okay. Dinner has been ordered. But yeah, chat, I hope you had some fun. It's always fun to hang out with Mizu. Thank you all for coming to today's podcast episode. What else? I may do because I didn't do a member stream yesterday. But I may this weekend. Maybe. Perhaps. I should be free. Maybe. Question mark. I'm gonna get my tacos. I'm ordering quesadillas, not tacos. Fuck your tacos. But yeah, let's see. Next week's schedule is looking like we're having a confirmed collab with Memoriae on Thursday where we'll be playing more It Takes Two. So look forward to that. That'll be very fun and exciting. Who the fuck just messaged? Okay. Yay! What else? More Hogwarts, more Fantasy Life, and probably another podcast episode next week. That's like most of the schedule. And then I'll probably do a member stream probably on Monday as well. Has some Twitch point redeems. I thought I already had some. I don't really know much about Twitch. I thought I set some up. I don't know if I want to set up redeems with like toggles or anything. I don't know if I want to add like redeems for model toggles. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's kind of like a thing I don't really care for that much. But yeah. Besides that, that's looking like next week's schedule. Add some squats. Sure. I'll add stuff like that. You know, like some squats, maybe like a hydrate or something. I'll see how I can set that up. I don't know. I'll have to look back at the tab. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun. As usual, next week's schedule will be up on Sunday. If you're in the Discord, you get it a day earlier. You get it on a Saturday. If I remember to post it, I try to. Other than that, you can also join the Discord and hang out with other people. You know, we're fun. We've been pretty active in VC at the moment. Yeah. Maybe we'll watch a movie tonight. I don't know what movie though. Might just hang out instead. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I am gonna raid you all to Akko. You set you all up here. Alright. You guys be good for Akko. She is doing a content cop on someone named Alira. So, if that interests you, you might want to stick around for that. But, you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll see you all later. Members, you will likely see me tomorrow. If not, I will see you on Monday. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all soon. Good night, chat.